Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Braylon, and tonight I am here to talk to you guys about the Libra full moon that took place this month on April 7th/8th, 2020. So yeah guys, we're going to talk in this video a little bit about Libra energy and what it means in astrology, and then of course at the end of the video, as always, I will be pulling tarot cards for the 12 zodiac signs. So I've got a little bit of notes here, you guys. Every month I come on here and I talk about the full moon, and a couple weeks later I talk about the new moon. So the full moon, this is when the sun and the moon are opposing each other. So just a couple days ago, the moon was in Libra. I think the full moon was around 18 degrees this time. So the sun was at 18 degrees Aries. Across Aries and Libra are opposites. Every full moon is an opposition. Creating illumination. Okay, we got Libra. This is cardinal energy. We're going to talk a little bit about that. But first, I just want to remind you guys how symbolic full moons are when it comes to completion. So this is representing an ending to a cycle. Okay, the moon is completely filled with light. So unlike a new moon, this time of month is when the moon, if it was an eyeball, it would be wide open. So that's a metaphor for being able to see clearly, when it comes to areas in our life that are usually hidden, secretive, things like that. So full moons definitely bring things to completion, endings, and we're going to talk a little bit about Libra illumination in this video, meaning the kind of things that can be brought to light around this time with Libra energy. And I'm looking down at my notes, you guys. I always prepare notes for my readings. So let's talk a little bit about Libra and astrology. Libra is the 7th house of our universe. So in the 7th house, it talks all about partnerships and relationships. I wanted to be sure to note here, as I always do when I talk about Libra energy and 7th house energy, these are all relationships, you guys. Okay, so we just went through a very massive illumination and completion to cycles when it comes to relationships, partnerships of all kinds. So what you really want to think about is how many different types of relationships there can be. We have friendships, we have siblingships, family relationships, business relationships, and we do have, this is definitely not excluding romantic partnerships, okay? So I also wanted to talk a little bit about how Libra is the opposite of Aries. Libra is known as the descendant of our universe, okay? I talked a little bit about Aries energy a couple weeks ago. You can check my new moon in Aries video out if you haven't already. But I talked all about how Aries represents how we're seen, the personality, the self, the I am. So Libra being the opposite of that, guys, would definitely have to bring attention to other people, right? So basically, this is a full moon that has a lot to do with our relationships with other people, okay? But when we talk about Libra, we've got all these cardinal signs, right? Aries, Cancer, Capricorn, Libra. Libra is the cardinal air sign. So I do want to say here at this point in the reading that this was not too harsh of a full moon, for me at least. This moon is going to hit all of us in different ways. We all have Libra in different parts of our chart, right? So the reason why I think this was a little bit lighter of a full moon is because it is in an air sign. So moons going through Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius definitely have a little bit more of an intellectual feeling. Air signs are all about communication and rational thought and being detached a little bit. So even though full moons are known for bringing emotions to a height, for bringing emotions definitely into an increase, right? With Libra, it was more so about our thoughts. This definitely has a lot to do with what we're feeling. The moon deals with emotion and feeling, but with Libra energy, this is about being a bit more detached, taking mental action, definitely analyzing facts. And this is bringing up emotional intelligence, using rational thought. So what good is it to feel and to have things illuminated if we're not able to process it, if we're not able to articulate it in an intellectual way with other people, okay? Libra has a lot to do with other people, which is why Libra illumination has a lot to do with balance, okay? Libras, if any of you guys know about a Libra in astrology, they're all about justice and balance and peace, fairness and harmony with others, okay? So this is not a full moon where we're going to be able to fake the funk, and we've got this cycle opening up from April 7th all the way to May 7th when we have a full moon in Scorpio, which will be a completely different story. So yeah, guys, this is a very subconscious, and I do have written here that this may be bringing completion to subconscious karmic cycles, specifically in parentheses of relationships. Okay, Libra deals a lot with karma, the justice system, laws, contracts, legal issues, courtroom issues. So if any of us are out there going through I know there's a lot going on with unemployment right now. I know there's a lot going on with jobs. There's definitely some energy in the universe that is talks all about new rules and laws being changed, and you know, politician energy is this Libra vibration. It's like a courtroom. So I don't have it written here, but it does remind me to, you know, just put a little caution out there for those listening of arguments over the next month. You know, Libras, you know, there's a way to intellectually debate things, because Libra deals with all two sides. I don't have that written either, but some of this will be channeled. Libra's a dual sign. I can't believe I didn't write that. Okay, Gemini, Libra, and Pisces are the three dual signs in astrology, meaning that there's not one way to see things or one way to think. There's not even one way to feel right now. It's almost like we have to consider the side of our scale that we have not balanced. Okay, whatever that might mean. Okay, polar opposites, that kind of thing. Feminine, masculine, light and dark. Libra's here to balance all that out so that both sides are like kind of create a win-win situation. Okay, so this definitely has a lot to do with karmic cycles and contracts, you guys. Libra is illuminating all of this, bringing things that aren't fair to completions. You know, the law is very detached in a good way. I don't know if you guys have watched Judge Judy. I've been watching that lately. And it's kind of ironic. Judge Judy is a Libra. So when you see that kind of courtroom energy play out, it's not that emotions aren't, you know, accurate or needed. It's just, it's more about processing. It's that Queen of Swords energy, that King of Swords energy. That's a Libra. So I want to finish off with this section of my notes before we get into the tarot cards with something I channeled, something that was heavy on my mind that I channeled for this Libra full moon cycle. And it's just a question that I was asked by something higher that I want to ask you guys now. And it's, do you feel like things are fair? Do you feel like things are fair? Because this question inside of us all, you know, it's important, because if we don't, we're going to be needing to take a closer look at what we don't think is fair. Some of us don't even treat ourselves fairly, and so other people are just kind of a reflection of that. But that is a good question to ask yourself numerous times up until we have the full moon in Scorpio. That will change everything. And I did have a little note here about compromise, okay, going back to that arguing thing, and you know, two sides to every story, things being fair and balanced, you know, listening to two parties. It's Libra is that third party energy. Libra is the only zodiac sign that is represented by an item. So, you know, I want to use the example of Lil Wayne and Eminem at this part of my video, because these are two Libras, Eminem and Lil Wayne, and they have both referred to themselves as soulless. Okay, you'll hear Eminem say, "Oh, I sold my soul." I heard Lil Wayne verbatimly say on a radio show once that he's a Libra and that he doesn't have a soul. Libras are associated with archangels for this reason. It's not that Libra doesn't have a soul. Every Libra out there watching has a moon sign, which is associated with your soul. But I feel like it's a way. Libra is so interesting to the zodiac wheel because they're the only zodiac sign not represented by something with a living heartbeat. Every other zodiac sign is represented by something that is breathing and has a heartbeat. Libra is a very detached energy of like an item, which this can be interpreted in many different ways, but we all have a metaphorical scale right now in our lives and our relationships and inside of us that, you know, it's either tipped in certain ways or we've done a pretty good job at balancing it. But what a perfect time, no more better, there's not a better time to take a look at, you know, what's going on as far as the scales in our life. So yeah, there will be compromise, needless to say. I mean, that's just a given. So yeah, guys, we're gonna move into the tarot. I actually have something special. So this video is gonna be a little bit longer, but I just feel like we need the extra messages. So I am going to bring out my Moonology deck. This is a new deck that I have. There's all the full moon phases. There's actually a moon in Libra card. But a little side note here. Well, here's the full moon. It says a win-win outcome is forecast, in the forecast. Full moon in Libra. A win-win. So this is all about creating that win-win within ourselves and other people, relationships. But I actually didn't notice this until later, that these cards are kind of new and they're kind of sticky. So I realized that there was two. This card, I don't even know if you can see the stickiness on it, but it was sticky. And this is something that was sticking to the back of this Libra. So we got two. And it's so interesting. Its conclusions are within reach. Full moon eclipse. This was not an eclipse, you guys, but I do feel like this came out for a reason, especially because they both talk about full moons. I think the reason why this happened, why these cards, they were stuck really together, and then I noticed, wow, they're kind of sticking together now. So I think that this is symbolic for the fact that even though this was not a full moon eclipse, there will be conclusions, as there are with all full moons. But this full moon has an eclipse feel to it, only because it's very powerful. It was a super moon. It was a pink moon, and I love how this has a little pink tint to it. That's why I'm wearing pink in this moon, because it was a pink moon. So let's go ahead and read what came with this Libra full moon oracle, and then we'll get into the original tarot messages. So a win-win outcome is in the forecast. The full moon in Libra is the sign of partnership and falling in love, closely relating to someone else. Since full moons are about climaxes and conclusions, this card suggests that you're either about to start a new relationship or that an important existing relationship is changing somehow. Perhaps coming to an end or moving to a new level of commitment. It's important to remember that people come to us for a reason, and sometimes just for a season. If relationships are ending now, it is doing so at the right time, so try not to fight it. This card can also refer to a professional relationship. There is a sense that you need to balance your ego with someone else's needs. Wow, I'm so happy I decided to use these cards. I've never read this, you guys. I'm reading it with you. A win-win outcome is possible with give and take. Doing so might be the answer to your question. Let go of that which is falling away. Additional meanings of this card is to see the other person through the eyes of love. It'll change your perspective. It's time for you to take and make a firm decision. Time for you to focus on yourself for a while. Opposite energy Aries, you know, these energies do mirror each other, you guys. So I didn't say this, just a little side note here. Aries and Libra, the whole opposition is because you need to make sure that you're in authentic relationships. People who are basically extensions of you. Like, it's really hard to create balance with, I know opposites attract and everything like that, but basically, to make a long story short, make sure that you're able to be who you are in your relationships. It's very difficult to be in relationships, friendships, all relationships, you guys, with people who compromise our sense of self. You know, it's Aries season. We have a full moon every year in Aries season, and the whole reason of this opposition between the 1st and the 7th house is so that we can learn more about who we are from other people, okay? So look at yourself, but avoid vanity, okay? It's time for you to focus on yourself. Now is a great time for a makeover. Libra is ruled by Venus. Don't even get me started. So no matter what you pull in the full moon and Libra card, it encourages you to find balance between your desires and those people around you. Balance is very Librarian energy, and the full moon brings things to a peak. Dramas and upset partnerships to the forefront. Libra energy also brings love energy, and negotiations are easier. So that's what my little Moonology deck said about the Libra full moon. I think I'm going to add these cards. There's a full moon card for each sign. So next month, well, for the new moon in Taurus, I will also incorporate these, you guys, because I think it just, you know, it really wraps things up. So, real quick here before the actual cards, you guys, I just wanted to show you the cards I'm going to be using. This is the Triple Goddess deck. I don't think I've used these cards in a while for my full moon and new moon videos. But the reason I use these cards is because look at the Libra card. I think this is just, like, there's no better card. We've got the Justice card here. I shuffled before recording, sat with the Libra energy. It took me about 10 to 15 minutes to really truly connect. And I just kind of waited until the Justice card showed up. I continued to shuffle until the Justice card came up. So we got an illustration here of that balance scale, but take a closer look at this card. Please know that justice is blind. So that's kind of what I mean about, you know, our emotions being rationalized. Only what's true and factual about what we feel around this time will make it to metaphorical court, okay? Especially in our relationships. So we've got a balance scale raised to a full moon in the sky. I couldn't think of a better accurate depiction of justice. We've got the sword of truth in this person's hand, Lady Justice here. So let's take a look at the few cards behind. Of course, we have strong air energy behind this Libra full moon. We have the Knight of Swords and the Ten of Swords. So honestly, you guys, this is going to take a toll. You know, the Libra vibration is quite anxious. It's quite it has a lot of anxiety. I pull the Nine of Swords for Libras in my personal readings all the time, and it's just because they have a lot of thoughts. So there's some kind of ending, obviously, that this full moon is going to bring. Symbolized here with the full moon here, but also more so with the Ten of Swords. This is, you know, it could be betrayal, it could be heartbreak. It's just rock bottom energy, something painful that this Libra full moon is going to bring to an ending. And then we even have the Knight of Swords. This is the main message for the Libra full moon, is that we're going to be charging forward with our truth after these completions. There's actually clarity. There may be, I didn't mention this, but Libra deals very heavily with decision making. Okay, it's more like a court ruling with Libra. Libras are very indecisive. Everybody makes fun of Libra. I sympathize with Libra because I'm a Pisces and I'm just as indecisive. I can't even decide who's more indecisive, Libra or Pisces. Like, so yeah, this is about charging forward with our clarity. We're gonna have a lot to say. This is opening up a subconscious cycle of communication. Specifically when it comes to just being more confident with new sparks, there are going to be this fire energy. We got the opposite energy here, Aries, coming through. Don't forget that Libra opposes fire. So this is a compromise between what's being expressed. There's going to be new sparks for every ending, you guys. Relationships, lots is ending right now, right? Home environments, job situations. This is the full moon bringing this to completion. The card right behind the justice card for this, so basically the most important message is the Knight of Swords, making your mind up quickly. This is Gemini energy, Libra, Aquarius, specifically when it comes to some kind of ending. Okay, there may be messages of truth that we're sending or receiving around this time, but it's all so that behind the scenes there's this greater balance. Okay, this is literally the metaphorical balance scale of our whole soul, like our whole universe right now. And I don't know about you, but I definitely think that we could benefit from some balance right now, right? So with that being said, you guys, this is the part where I'm going to go into the tarot cards. If you're listening on YouTube, just go ahead and look in the comments and you can look for your sun, moon, and rising. You just click right on the timestamp, okay? You don't have to watch the whole thing if you don't want. So we are going to start with Aries, because Aries is the first zodiac sign and it's Aries' birthday. So happy full moon, Aries. Hopefully you guys are enjoying your quarantine birthdays and having as much fun, celebrating as best as you can with, you know, a few close people around you. So Aries, this is a full moon in the opposite sign of you. So this is dealing definitely strongly with other people for you, okay? Especially Aries rising. This is all about relationships and partnerships. Okay, so let's just go ahead and see what's completing there for you in that area of your life from now until about May 8th when there's a full moon in Scorpio. So please shuffle these cards. Spirit, what's going on for Aries? Give me something to tell Aries for the Libra full moon. What's the Libra full moon message for Aries, please? And we got a couple cards coming out. So we already know this is about relationships and partnerships and other people, the descendant for you, Aries. So it's interesting. I'm pulling two reversed cards. Okay, we got the Seven of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles. And they're in the reverse. I'm going to flip these upside down so you guys can see what this message would be in the right side up. There's a few things that are needing to be turned around, Aries, specifically when it comes to your career right now, specifically when it comes to home and family. There's even somebody unwrapping birthday presents there. So I don't know if there's something going on. You know, to me, just because of how this is depicted, some of you guys are not feeling very stable on your birthday. You're not feeling like you're able. I don't like this for you guys, Aries. This is your energy. Okay, we got Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Fire and earth coming out. This has something to do with a completion, something that's over. I don't know if you guys feel like you can't stand up for yourself at your current job. I don't feel like, I feel like some of you guys can't stand up to certain family members right now or home environments, maybe even relationships, but just specifically because this is how this card is looking. I don't know if age is an issue here where you guys feel like, oh, I'm not even going to fight anymore for my birthday. Like, I just can't stand up for myself. Like, it's interesting, Aries. There is a message here about being able to stand up for yourself. Some of you don't feel it. In relationships, I'm being reminded. I just heard that in my head. Remember, this is about their relationship. So when it comes to other people in Aries, this is romantic relationships, all relationships in your life. The relationship you have with yourself, big one. The relationship you have with your children, your family, or business relationships. This may be a business relationship. This pertains to the people that you live with, Aries. The people that you live with this Ten of Pentacles in reverse. This is something that is not very stable, okay? It's something, maybe you guys have stopped fighting for certain relationships or situations involving home, work, family, because you know that it's not going to withstand the test of time. This is something that you're not fighting for anymore because you know it doesn't really have any longevity. You know what I'm saying? It's something that isn't going to be in your life for the next 10 years. So this has something to do with either 10-year relationships that you're no longer defending yourself in, not fighting for. This is someone who's not fighting for something because it's very short term. Maybe you weren't with someone for very long. But I don't want to ignore the fact that this person is opening up birthday gifts. So I'm not sure what's going on here, but I do want to say, Aries, this is your birthday season. You need to find something to fight for. You need to fight for your future, stability, and foundation. This might even be in a career. There might be some kind of battle going on there. Some of you guys, there's a child involved here, specifically a little boy. But, you know, there could be multiple children involved here. Those did fall out in reverse. So something is just not stable. Somebody's not feeling very financially secure and successful. And because of that, there may be someone here is not taking a stand. They're not, and that's not like you, Aries. So something's going on here. Bottom of the deck is the World card and the Four of Cups. So in relationships, it's like someone here just wants to be single. Someone here really wants their stability. It's not that you don't want love, Aries. Like, some of you guys are just wanting to be more independent. You're actually daydreaming and missing opportunities because of stability that you want. It makes sense why the Ten of Pentacles is in reverse, and that you're daydreaming about something that's over, and now that some kind of cycle has completed. This could be your birthday cycle. This is the World card, by the way, travel. And here's Aries just kind of unavailable emotionally because either you or someone else is single or isn't single, something like that. It could be dealing with a Sagittarius here that you haven't spoke to in a while. You may just be being patient and healing. Some of you guys are really focused on moderation and your own stability. There may be missed opportunities or ignored opportunities because someone just wants to be stable on their own. Like, Aries is working on a completion to a cycle. And I just want to say real quick here before moving on to Taurus, this could have to do with a home environment, career, family situation in the past. And this could have to do with a fight, battle, or a defense mechanism that you had in the past. To me, as a reader, cards in the reverse indicate the past. So something that you stood up for in regards to family, home, job, stability in the past is coming to an end. Okay, that's why Aries is no longer fighting. And when an Aries stops fighting, you know, you guys, it's not that you can't fight. It's not that you don't have the strength. You're a fucking warrior. You're ruled by Mars. So when an Aries stops fighting for something, it's just because something's over. So with that being said, Aries, hopefully you're having great birthdays. This has a lot to do with relationship stuff for you, okay? It's really hard to be an Aries right now and not go through some kind of change in your relationship. For some of you guys, this is just about being emotionally available for yourself, you know, taking a more patient approach. And, you know, I would think that stability is huge for you right now. So thanks, Aries. Happy birthday. Let's go ahead and move to Taurus. Hi, Taurus. You guys are not far from your birthdays either. So I want to say happy... Oh, the same message that came out for Aries almost wanted to come out for you guys. So what's going on with Aries? Your 12th house is also affecting you, Taurus. So you guys might want to watch the Aries reading just for the hell of it, because that message almost just came out for you, especially if you have Aries energy or if you are dealing with an Aries. So hi, Taurus. Happy birthday. Soon to be later on in this month. I'm looking forward to your season. Looking forward to feeling a bit more grounded. So Taurus, let's get you a message for this full moon in Aries taking place in your 6th house. Okay, this is all about lifestyle for you, Taurus. How you're living, health, service. We have a card coming out. Definitely a strong Aries vibration. So if you guys have any Aries in your life, if you have any Aries energy in your chart, everyone has Aries somewhere. There's a strong Aries like indication for you for some reason. And like I said, if you're not dealing with any Aries in your life, please know that Aries is always a strong zodiac sign for you to keep an eye on, because they are your 12th house. Okay, so there's a lot of 12th house energy of completion going on for Taurus right now. Now, as I was mentioning, this full moon in Libra is 6 houses away from you. So from now until around May 8th, there's going to be some completions and things to look at as far as fairness and balance and all the Libra ruled things when it comes to how you live, Taurus. Your job, your day-to-day routine, your health, the services you offer other people. A lot of balance that needs to take place, and that might be why the 3 of Pentacles is coming out for you, Taurus. This is the card that represents a job. You can see there are 3 people in this card. This is your energy. It's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy with the Pentacles. So this has a lot to do with value as well, things that you can tangibly own. This is teamwork, though. Big thing to come up with this card that every reader should mention with the 3 of Pentacles is teamwork. So when it comes to your lifestyle and the services you're offering other people, Libra is saying to Taurus, and you know, Libra is really important to you guys. I didn't mention it yet, but you guys are both ruled by Venus. Libra and Taurus are. So you guys are kind of sister signs in astrology. So Libra is definitely going to throw Taurus a bone with this full moon. So it's like, hey, anything that isn't fair, you know, I always kind of see in this card that everyone should have something to do. There's this guy over here that's got the hammer. Like, I'll hammer holes into this thing, and this person's like, okay, well, I'll read the directions. It's like they're building something. And then this guy over here is like, okay, well, I'll get the lower lower half, you're up here. So basically, if everyone in the situation, whatever it might be, this is a metaphor, so just take it as it resonates, Taurus, but there's something being built in your life. There's some kind of teamwork, collaboration. This might be you collaborating with other people right now. I imagine Taurus is during crises and during resource shortages and stuff like that, which we're going through with this virus right now, and everyone's on lockdown. I think you guys get pretty creative about pulling your resources together with other people, making sure the job gets done. I'm not sure how all you guys are doing as far as jobs right now, what you're doing to make money, what you're doing to bring in food to your family and stability. Some of you guys, this is a job. Even if you guys are unemployed, you have your other jobs, right, Taurus? As the Queen of Pentacles, like doing the dishes, cleanings, organizing, cooking, if I haven't mentioned that, being that wife, that husband, that brother, that sister, that mom, that father energy that Taurus so stably represents. So yeah, there's some kind of projects here. There's something you're working on. Even if you don't have a job, okay? Because please know, this is such a symbolic card to come out, Taurus, for you, because we're talking about 6th house energy with Libra, making sure that this is balanced, that the work you're putting in, Taurus, with these other two people, is fair and balanced. Like, everyone here has a coin, okay? Every person in this card has a coin. They have their own value, they have their own stability, so there's no reason why everyone shouldn't be able to work together here. All right, now this could be a third party where there's 3 people's money, or you're collaborating with 2 other people. Okay, bottom of the deck is the Emperor. So here's that Aries energy. This may have something to do with someone's father or a father figure in your life, Taurus. There is somebody I can see this very clearly. Aries season for you guys has been all about some kind of plan. This could be social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook energy with the 3 of Pentacles. You could be collaborating with people online, but can you see how it looks like there's this person over here, and this is a boss. The Emperor is usually associated with an authority figure. That's why it's father energy, a dictator, but this could be you just gaining your control. But I can't ignore how the cards have shown me this scenario playing out. There's someone in the situation. It could be you, Taurus, or someone else, but there's someone embodying this Aries energy. It could be an Aries, but they're definitely calling the shots. They're telling these 3 people what to do. This could be your boss at work. They don't look too nice. I mean, I imagine business owners right now are really going through it, but yeah, there's definitely some order right here, Taurus. This may be you, especially because behind that card we have the Queen of Pentacles, which I already mentioned for you. This is you being stable, okay? Taurus is in their power right now, and if you're not, you're gonna be throughout the next month, because you are definitely the Queen of Pentacles. Like, you are the Earth Emperor is what I'm hearing. Like, there's a lot of control here. You may have an idea, okay? You may be dealing with a Gemini. There may be a new beginning here, because there is some juggling going on in your love life, and we'll save that for the full moon in Scorpio next month, when we talk all about after your new moon, of course, in 2 weeks. We're gonna have a full moon 2 weeks after that in your 7th house of relationships. So please prepare yourself for significant choices. There's a lot going on, you know, as far as jobs and stuff right now, Taurus, but there's definitely some new beginnings you're juggling in relationships as well, choices. And I just wanted to show you this funny thing that just happened. The 3 of Pentacles actually reversed itself. So you guys might be trying to get out of unfair situations, especially if your boss is a dick. Okay, we got that strong Aries, arrogant energy there. Again, it could be a father figure, but the fact that this reversed in my hand, it's a kind of an additional message before we move on to Gemini, that from now until May 8th, Taurus, since there's definitely a full moon in your 6th house of life and how you live every day, like, there's going to be certain things that you just, you know, like, maybe even the 6th house is ritual. So like, if there's any like eating habits or smoking habits or addictions or anything like that, from this point moving forward, in order to complete your relationship stuff next month, first you have to decide how you want to live moving forward in a balanced way, like balanced living and living in a fair way. Things like being fair at your job, very important to Taurus, because Libra is your 6th house of work and service. So you're going to quit servicing. You know, value is always important to Taurus at the end of the day. So if you're not being valued by this, I'm telling you, someone here is being bossed around, told what to do, and it's like, these people are doing fine. They don't need to be told what to do here, especially you, Taurus. But yeah, you're gonna be, maybe there could be some completions in your job. You know, full moon in your 6th house of service could definitely bring jobs that weren't fair, weren't balanced, weren't harmonious. to completion. Okay, so please look forward to that, Taurus. Please know that it was all about your own value anyway, and let's remind you of this beautiful Queen of Pentacles anyways. This is the Queen of Pentacles. You have your own agenda, and you're going to be stable regardless. So let any services and things like that come to completion so that you can move forward next month to your birthdays and to your relationship house. So hopefully that helped, Taurus. Let's go ahead and move on to Gemini. Hi Gemini, how's it going? Welcome to the Libra full moon video. Okay, I'm excited to talk to you guys because you guys are an air sign just like Libra. So this is your sister sign. We've got some cards coming out. I'll show you in a minute. So Gemini, we're talking about 5th house energy. That's 10. This is 5. Talking about 5th house energy, which I'm very excited. I always get excited to talk about the 5th house because it's very light. Literally, it's the Leo energy. But for you, this Leo energy is ruled by Libra. A trine. This full moon is going to trine any energy you have in Gemini on the zodiac wheel. So for you, this is talking about creating. Okay, you got a full moon in your 5th house of creativity. So there's going to be new things that start to create from you after these endings. This is all about pleasure for you, Gemini. And you know, we do want to incorporate relationships in all these messages, regardless of what house is falling in, because Libra itself represents balance between relationships and partnerships. So you're actually able to create partnerships, Gemini, not just because you're the twins, but because Libra is your 5th house of creativity. So Gemini is one of those signs in the universe on the zodiac wheel that are just naturally able to create balance, create justice. You ever realize how you do that, Gemini? Just your presence alone, how you can just create fairness and justice. It's because you have those two sides. Libra is another air sign like you, like I mentioned, but it's also another dual sign. So you and Libra have two things in common: air energy and duality. So I feel like you guys are going to feel very similar that I feel, which is, wow, I just finally feel like the two sides of me can be at peace. Okay, regardless of what this is being mirrored like in relationships and stuff like that. So we got 5th house energy. This is all about creating completions for yourself when it comes to romance. Libra represents more of a romance for you, more of a soulmate vibration because of the 5th house. Now let's get into the tarot, okay? Now these kind of fell out in reverse, kind of like Aries. We have the 3 of Swords and the 7 of Cups. I'm going to show you guys this right side up. I don't know if this came out in reverse, but it looks like it was on its side. So, yeah, there may be some kind of separation that's going on here, Gemini. Okay, some kind of heartbreak or loss. Maybe a third-party situation, or you're just feeling kind of, feeling that sorrow energy. And it might be because someone had their options open. We got water energy here and air energy. So this definitely brings up communicating one's emotion, like welcome to the Libra full moon. Whenever there's a moon in an air sign, some of you guys may have a Gemini moon where you're able to intellectually communicate your emotions. But yeah, this looks like a separation. Now in the reverse, the 3 of Swords and the 7 of Cups, this is maybe a breakup that happened in the past. Okay, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy at the forefront. We got a Virgo or a Taurus or a Capricorn, or possibly just something that is going way slow, some kind of slowly moving message in regards to your happiness. We got Leo here, Scorpio. Okay, we've got second chances here at happiness with someone from the past. There might be children involved for sure. I see 3 children here. There may be a phone call or some kind of... You guys may feel really called to your past. And I'm being reminded here by my guides that Venus is in Gemini right now. So it's kind of hard for you guys, to kind of escape this Venusian. First, Venus is in... So this Libra full moon is going to favor you guys because Libra's ruling planet is currently acting itself out in Gemini. So there is some kind of phone call from the past. Okay, there might be memories. Okay, but this is about happiness slowly making its way into your life, moving a bit more practical, okay, focusing on the mundane, quite frankly. But yeah, there was an option in the past for a breakup or something like that. Now let's take a look at this card here. It's the card of confusion, which is why even me as a Pisces is kind of confused when this card comes up. Not everything that glitters is gold, Gemini. Not every option, in regards to your heart and things like that is going to be something that is healthy. Okay, that there's a need to make a choice here, Gemini. And please relate this to creative relationships, partnerships. This could have to do with collaboration, but someone here is confused at a heart level, mainly how to communicate what they feel. Maybe it has something to do with breakup in the past, someone here is confused. Okay, someone here needs to speak from the heart, have a heart-to-heart conversation with somebody about options. Okay, very interesting, Gemini, that the Seven of Cups. So someone here may have lost an option. Okay, Seven of Cups in reverse, these are options you had in the past. Three of Swords in reverse is a breakup, sorrow, some kind of option that you lost in the past is coming up here because someone moved too slow. Honestly, Gemini, I'm gonna have to get another card for you guys. This is definitely about creativity. It's about passion. It's about pleasure in some way. Give me one more card for Gemini. Why the Three of Swords in reverse come out for Gemini with the Seven of Cups in reverse? So heartbreak, I'm hearing heartbreak is not an option for me right now. I'm hearing it's too much of a distraction. I'm good. Wow. Okay, so you're maybe dealing with a water sign for sure. We got new love here. There's definitely somebody keeping an eye on you, Gemini. Sorry, guys. I know you guys are all about the head, but there's a lot of romance coming up here. You're spying on somebody. Someone's spying on you. There's definitely something that someone here wants to know more about, new feelings that they're expressing, new love, maybe water sign. This is definitely your energy wanting to know more. Someone maybe wanted to know more about you. There's some kind of investigation going on here with love. Venus and Gemini may be that might be an investigative placement. But as I was saying, remember I heard that message. I know it was channeled because I almost can't remember it. Something about, I don't want a relationship right now. It'll be a distraction. I'm good. Well, the Ten of Wands fell out as I was saying that. So yeah, this has to do with something very heavy, some kind of burden. Okay, some kind of heavy fire sign completion. Okay, something you were carrying around very passionate, but it's still a burden. It's still a completion. It's still an ending. And this has something to do with, yeah, heartbreak is not an option for me. Or people linked to heartbreak or betrayal or third parties, like someone is not an option because there's a third party. It's too much of a burden. This might have caused an argument in the past. We definitely have that. We have Leo showing up here very strongly. We've got the Strength card. Somebody is holding themselves back, taming themselves from a soulmate situation. It's hilarious. I can see Gemini literally getting in arguments. Some of you guys are just refusing to communicate right now because people are coming from a heart space instead of a head space with you, Gemini, and that's because of Venus. Ever since Venus has entered your sign, there's been a significant, I want to say increase, but they're telling me to say decrease. There's been a significant decrease in options that you're willing to explore. And honestly, that's because some of your guys' heart chakras are just, you know, not the most balanced, okay? But leave it to your 5th house in Libra to really discuss this with you, to really end burdens. You know what I'm saying? This is not a very creative energy. There's certain burdens, certain things that are burdening you. Libra is telling me that it's in your mind. Libra is your sister sign. So similar to Libra, you've got this air energy, okay? This argument from the past. You're holding yourself back from waiting and investing on something from the past. This doesn't have to be just romantic, but we do have soulmates here. You're not willing to fight the past anymore, Gemini. Now, I'm going to be a pal and just really bring this full circle and say, Gemini, if there's anything that you can do between now and May 8th, it would be to create. Create something regardless of heartbreak. Create something regardless of burdens. There's definitely new love here that you need to know more about. It could be with a Libra itself. It could be with a Taurus. Maybe this is someone who's pregnant. There's a pregnant woman here. Okay, but someone here is definitely needing, there's some truth here, or someone needs to find a new way. You know, this is a scholar energy. This is someone who wants to learn more about communicating, articulation, but we've got new love and the Three of Swords. So there might be breakups and stuff. You know, like I said, Libra is all about creative relationships for you, Gemini. God, I don't know what's going on. But yeah, Gemini, 5th house energy, make sure you're creating something, okay? Find relationships, business relationships, partnerships that you can collaborate and create something with, okay? Because this is 5th house energy. There's certain things that you've created since last year when we had a full moon in Libra that are over now, and now it's time to, like, over the next 6 months when there's a new moon in Libra, you'll be able to set intention to create, all right? So thanks, Gemini. Let's go ahead and move to Cancer. Cancer. Okay, so this is a full moon in Libra for you guys, and it's in your 4th house. I'm going to get you guys another card too to really hone in on your vibration, but first I want to tell you that this is so important because you guys are the 4th house in astrology, but every 4th house or every house has a house on the zodiac wheel. So if you count Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, then you have 4 houses away. Libra is 4 houses away from you guys. You guys are the fourth house though. So when it comes to this vibration of home and family, it's, for lack of a better way of putting it, it definitely is going to hit home for you. Could have been a very emotional full moon. A lot of thoughts and feelings centered around where you're from, Cancer. I know there's a lot going on right now, and with everything going on in the quarantine and the lockdown, like home is like definitely a very important vibration right now. You know, if you're going to be locked up in quarantine, then your foundation, like, I can't even explain and express how important foundations are to people right now. Yeah. So this is about home and family, Cancer, and specifically like relationships, because Libra is all about relationships. So what I'm hearing for you is this needs to be relationships that feel like home to you. I don't know who you're quarantined with, or who the people around you are every day. But this is talking about the home being balanced, the home being fair, but we also have to put relationships into this too. So fair relationships, fair and harmonious relationships, people that you can potentially live with, like living with people and having a home with people you're in a relationship with, Cancer, is very critical and crucial for you guys because of where Libra falls on the zodiac wheel for you. So yeah, I'm definitely getting a you know, like a homey, I don't mean to sound cliche, but it's just how the astrology is lining up. Like home and relationships are very much, you know, related to each other for you. Okay, so I'm very excited. First card out, I'm going to put this back and reshuffle, but we do have a Knight of Pentacles. So I don't know if you guys are moving a bit slower. This is Virgo energy. This is Taurus. This is Capricorn. Strong earth energy. Maybe some kind of message that's taking its sweet time to get to you. We got the Sun card and the Three of Wands. So this is about foresight. Something that you're able to see coming in regards to light and happiness. Might even involve standing up for yourself. Some of you are dealing with a Capricorn or a Libra, maybe a toxic air sign, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Let's really get kicking though. I really want to see what's going on with you guys. So give me a message for Cancer for the Libra full moon. Now, let me focus here, but I do want to remind you guys that Libra squares you guys on the zodiac wheel. So this could have to do with compromise. This could have to do with meeting halfway. It could have to do with karma. So karmic relationships, huge thing for Cancer. Not only because you're the opposite of Capricorn, but even more so because you square Libra. So let's see. Give me a message for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the Libra full moon. Now, you guys could be waiting for something to grow. Could be some kind of reaping or harvest energy here. Waiting energy with an investment. What is the full moon and Libra message for Cancer? Okay, we've got a card. Look how it came out. It's just kind of sticking there. It's the Ten of Swords. Yeah, okay. Maybe I shouldn't have dug, because now I've hit water. Okay, I'm digging, and I've struck a well or something. Because we got the Ten of Swords, and the bottom of the deck to tell me more about that is the Seven of Swords. So something is going on here, Cancer. And I know this is about you because we have the King of Cups here. Okay, even though this is a female depicted in the card. So I would say this definitely has something to do with how you feel about home. You could be dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn woman. This could have to do with your stability. I see some arguments here with earth signs from the past. I see some arguments here or some mind games when it comes to stability. Okay, we got the Five of Swords. If the Seven of Swords wasn't bad enough, we got the Queen of Pentacles. So either this is arguing and bickering about money and the foundation and things like that. So going back to that square, okay, Libra and Cancer square, there's a 90-degree angle between you and Libra. And that's because our homes are compromised by our relationships, specifically if you're a Cancer, okay? So how you feel about your foundation, how you feel about the long term, how you feel about stability right now is coming up, emotional stability coming up here. But let's talk about this Ten of Swords. Okay, this card was briefly featured in my overall Libra message, so it's like Cancers are definitely feeling this compromising energy. We got Libra, Gemini, Aquarius on this card. This pertains to endings in your mind. You know, Libra full moon is going to bring a lot of completion and endings to our mind, meaning that we're going to feel a lot, but we're also going to be thinking just as much about all these changes and endings. And like I said, you're a cardinal sign. Libra's a cardinal sign, so you're going to want to be taking action in certain ways, you know, but Libra is going to come in and compromise that a little bit, because Libra and Cancer like to take action in different ways. But let me just not even bullshit you, Cancer. There's some kind of pain here. There's some kind of ending. It is in the mind. It is about communication. But the Ten of Swords is pain, betrayal, feeling like you're on rock bottom. You know, looks a little bit like death here. You know what I mean? But the good thing is that this is bringing an end to a very complicated cycle for you. Something you've been thinking about for a long time. Like, this is not something new. It takes a while to build up 10 swords. At least these cards, these in this deck, they're not in your back. So you've gotten the swords, all the betrayal, all the endings and pain. You've gotten it out of your back, meaning that you're not feeling it as physically anymore, but now it's time to conquer it mentally. This is what Libra is going to do to you. Now, to tell me more, we got basically the 17 of swords. You're pulling 2 swords. So no wonder I, as an empath, can't. This is like the second reading I've done for Cancer where I can't connect to you guys emotionally, and I'm not really sure what's going on there with that, with the water signs being detached. I mean, this is a time to do that, but there's some kind of ending here. You might be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius again, but yeah, this has something to do with trying to maybe strategize your way out of a painful situation. Maybe there's someone exterior to you going through the Ten of Swords, and you're just like, I'm sorry you're laying there. If this isn't you, Cancer, it could be someone around you treating you this way, but I see someone that's like, you know what, I've been through a lot, or this person has been through a lot, but I kind of just want to sneak out in the middle of the night because this is too painful. Like, I'm about to just strategize my way out, even if it means lying. This is a painful lie that someone told about something being over or something like that, or maybe something ended and is over because of lies, betrayal, cheating, deception. This is the cheating card, the sneaky card. Yeah, and here you are, Cancer. I don't know if some of you guys are drinking or not, but you're just sitting here. This is the King of Cups, by the way. See the crown? It's the king, not the queen. So this could be a male Scorpio. I think this has to do with a commitment or some kind of long-term stuff, something. Could definitely be dealing with a earth sign. Basically, there's a physical and an emotional relationship where someone is a bit cold that you're living with, or you're involved with. Maybe this is codependence or something, but how you feel in regards to this King of Cups is really coming up. How you feel about your home. This is what the Libra full moon is going to be showing you up until May 8th, when there's a full moon in Scorpio. Good luck maintaining this detached energy when Scorpio comes in the building. Okay, next month going to be a little bit different. Can't lie to Scorpio. Okay, some of you could be dealing with a Scorpio. Okay, but yeah, there's a painful deception here. I don't know if you guys are at the bunt of this energy or if you are this sneaky Seven of Swords. I just see something coming to a painful end and completion, and it has something to do with deception. Good thing. I'm glad this is ending, Cancer, because you were lying to yourself. You could be deceiving yourself, lying to yourself about what you feel. This could have something to do with work. You could be dealing with a Taurus because they got this card, but I just picked my cards up. This one remained on the ground. So this could have to do with work. This could have to do with money. It could have to do with a collaboration, a third party. You value these 3 people. But let's bring it back to the 4th house to wrap this all in full circle. Like, when you have a full moon in your 4th house, where you live, your foundation, where you consider yourself from, family stuff, could definitely be endings there, okay? Definitely could be cycles coming to a completion. Don't lie to yourself, Cancer, about what's hurting you for the next month. It's time for you to get very, very committed to how you feel, okay? You got 2 tens here surrounding you as a water sign, this King of Cups. So make sure you're balancing your emotions, okay? There's stability here, but I'm telling you what, there's a world of endings here for you guys. Not very easy to lie about that. So hopefully that helped, Cancer. Let's move to Leo. Leo, this is a Libra full moon message for you, and this is happening in your 3rd house. So let me just focus here so I can get you guys a message. What is the message for Leo for the full moon in Libra? Give me a full moon in Libra message for Leos, sun, moon, and rising. What is the message for Leo for the Libra full moon? I will say, okay, we almost have the Chariot, so there's something here about focusing and harnessing something, maybe dealing with a Cancer. Okay. I know this is going kind of fast. There's a lot to talk about here, Leo, but I just want to say that this full moon is happening 3 houses away from you. So this has everything to do with communication, okay? This has everything to do with your lower mind, processing information. There could definitely be certain talks about relationships, because we got Libra that represents relationships, partnerships, and then we have the 3rd house, which is communication. So to put it kind of in short term here for you, Leo, there's a lot of communication that's going to be coming up in your relationships. You may find over the next month when we go through the next full moon, so basically from now until May 8th, there's going to be certain things that you want to say to people. There's going to be certain thoughts that you have that are nagging at you. That's the 3rd house energy of the lower mind, like repetitive thoughts, your mind changing in the 3rd house, maybe even doing some short distance travel. But yeah, I think Leos are going to have a lot to say, especially, Leo, just as a little side note, because of where you are on the zodiac wheel, you know, there's an energy here of you speaking out against injustice, okay? There's an energy here of you guys bringing balance and harmony and fairness in conversations, okay? But be very, very careful, Leo, with Libra being your third house of communication, getting into arguments, because Libra is that courtroom, this side, that side, this side, that side, you know, the truth, the facts, that could easily stir up an argument in the third house, okay? Especially for you Leo risings watching. This is a full moon in your third house, so I'm hearing there's not going to be anything left to say for the situations in your life, relationships, people, places, and things that aren't fair. And the card coming out kind of reiterates that. We got the Six of Pentacles. Can you see the balance scale back there? So you guys could definitely be dealing with a Libra, or that could be the scales of justice here. This whole card, the Six of Pentacles, talks all about equal give and take. Hella Libra energy. It is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and it is about money and maybe some kind of gift being given to you, some kind of charity. Charity is huge right now. People donating money and forwarding money because of the crisis. But I don't know if there's children involved. Okay, I do see someone here that might have children. There's like 3 children here. Could be less, could be more. But there's a value here for the youth. I don't know if you help out youth or work with kids or anything like that. But I'm gonna just keep it real. This is all about something that needs to be talked about. I'm being reminded that this is your third house of communication. So don't be surprised if over the next month you guys get really passionate about communicating what isn't fair. You may even find yourself saying that. And I challenge you to say that, Leo, when it comes, if you need to. Pull that mug out of your pocket like, this ain't fair. Leo, you guys, because Libra is your third house, if you say those words, the universe awakens. Like, if a Leo says that something is not fair, something is not harmonious, something isn't right even, you know, this is all about finding the facts here. Yeah, you guys are kind of like the mediators, okay? Leos make very great mediators. And what is a mediator? Someone who plays a third party perspective between 2 other forces that are fighting. Leo, you can come in, and some of you may be actual in the fights, but Leo, you may find yourself as a third party, like, look guys, this is your side, okay, well, what do you think? And then you're just like, look, this isn't fair. Now, interesting, we have the Ace of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So this also has something to do with new feelings, okay? Maybe even communicating new feelings to somebody. This is Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. This is new love, okay? This could be a new child or new self-love, but it's very important. You know, you're going to be able to tell, and this is all relationships, Leo, not just romantic, but it's going to be very important over the next month that you're able to communicate with people year round, okay? Other people, especially if you're involved relationship-wise. Leos form relationships with people through communication on the zodiac wheel. So hopefully this new love is one of fairness, of one of balance. This is almost like giving somebody your feelings, saying the words I love you. But the thing is, we have the Devil card underneath the Ace of Cups. So you're either dealing with a Capricorn, okay, or this is new love after a situation that you were bound to. Now keep in mind, there's 6 months, okay? It takes 6 months for this full moon to come to full completion. So I'm not saying you won't see things before then, but I bet around the time of the new moon in Libra, in 6 months from now, when this cycle is completed, you will have left a toxic relationship. You will have healed. You will have broke a chain of some kind of addiction, toxicity, and it's like you're healing, okay? Some of you could definitely be dealing with Capricorn. There's a Capricorn here you haven't spoke to. There's a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Yeah, here's that third house energy of Leo, really cutting off deception, cutting off that mask. You guys are thinking about, there's a lot of burden here. Some of you guys are pregnant. Your mother is showing up here. You need to know more. There's a pregnant woman here who has something to say, and somebody who may be spying, or some kind of truth coming out. But look at this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You could be dealing with that. There's a lot of burdens here that you're going to want to come out, and you know, those burdens probably relate to something that you're carrying that isn't fair, right? You're not feeling like it's fair. So there's a need to get rest here, meditate, especially when it comes to the truth, okay? Please know there's a sharp sword being placed in your hand, Leo, during this full moon cycle because of Libra, okay? So you're going to have the voice of Libra. Leos are the voice of this full moon, so anything that you say, you know, is going to be written karmically. And I'm telling you what, there's going to be a new love here. It's going to shower away this toxic fear of your shadow side and put you in a much more balanced place of equal give and take. So important to Libra, but this is all taking place in your mind, Leo, because of the third house. It's all taking place in your thoughts, okay, and the words that you're saying and the communication. So if anything, make sure that you are speaking in a fair and just way. Make sure that you're very mentally balanced, Leo, okay, for all of this, and that'll help you, all right? So hopefully that helped, Leo. Let's go ahead and move to Virgo. Now, I don't know if this is a piggyback message for Leo. It literally just fell out of my hand, but we have the Six of Cups. So if you're still listening, Leo, this could definitely be you. This could be, you know, soulmate energy. You could have children. We got a little boy here. There's a mother and a son here on this picture, but the Six of Cups is Scorpio energy, Pisces, Cancer. It is the card of memory. It is the card of nostalgia. So, and that was a synchronicity there. So that's for somebody. There's a job from the past here, Leo/Virgo, that might be important. I think this is a message for more so you, Virgo, unless you have Virgo and Leo energy in your chart, because we have the Queen of Pentacles. So I'm going to leave the Six of Cups out because, yeah, that's coming up. We'll talk about it in a minute, Virgo. And the Three of Pentacles is at the bottom. So this has something to do with an argument that took place at work. This is definitely a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn woman. This might have to do with a job from the past. Yeah, we have the Five of Swords, the Queen of... There's definitely going to be... someone here is done playing mind games at a job. Like you collaborated with some people, Virgo, that were playing mind games, arguing with you, conflicting your emotion. But let's really hone in, okay? That was a little bit strange. So what's the message for Virgo for the Libra full moon? Libra full moon message for Virgo, please. What can I say to Virgo? All right, Virgo, we've got some interesting messages coming out for you. We're going to hone all this in for you. But first, we're going to talk about the second house, okay? Because last month, there was a full moon in Virgo, right? You already went through the deep subconscious energy of the full moon in your first house. Then we moved to the second house, okay? So things about you have completed, right? Subconsciously, who you are at a subconscious level. Now that you know who you are at a deep level, Virgo, last month, we're going to what you have, okay? This is all about resources for you, Virgo. This is about finances. So no wonder that Three of Pentacles came out, because this is about what three or more people have, the value of three people. It may be places or things too, like the money you pay, the money for the house, the money for the car, the money for, you know, some other third thing. So if there's not three people in the value, if that's not important, then this has to do with three different things that you value, something you're trying to collab and work on. That was what came out at the bottom of the deck for the Six of Cups, okay? So it just kind of reminded me of how important that was, looking down and seeing that this is a full moon in your second house of what you have, possessions, tangible material values, finances, your worth, your value, you know, very, very grounded, stable house. This is all about money, basically, and other things that you can buy and sell, your valued possessions. So when you have a full moon in your second house, there's going to be certain things that don't belong to you that kind of go out of your life. So that way, slowly and steadily over the next 6 months, you can come into possessions and tangible materialistic values and money that are better aligned with this new version of you. That's why the first house is right before the second house. Before you know what you have, you need to know who you are. So you're at where you have, Virgo, but the cards are telling a little bit of a different story. Now, I do want to say that because this is Libra energy, we have to chime in relationships. So Virgo, the message for you with this full moon in Libra is all about valued relationships and allowing certain relationships with family members and friends and siblings and even with yourself, you know, whatever relationship it might be accessing or affecting. This is about ending relationships that are no longer worth your time. You know, like there's a self-value here, Virgo, and it's like as we know what we have, as we come into a better understanding of what we are and what our worth and value is, you know, we just can't jive with certain people anymore, especially those people that aren't, you know, they don't match our self-worth, to put it very, you know, bluntly. So yeah, valued relationships. We got the Six of Cups and the Ace of Wands. So we got a new spark here from the past. There might be someone returning to the past to express something to you, Virgo, about how much they value you. Relationships that you have... I want to bring your attention to relationships that involve money, Virgo, because Libra being your second house brings all the attention to relationships that involve money and finances, the things that you own and have when it comes to relationships, you know what I'm saying? Things like that. But this looks like, yeah, some kind of new spark. We got a fire sign here, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Some of you have children. Six of Cups. This is like a spark that you remember. A spark with a soulmate. This may be a spark from someone not for the first time, because this is memories. Okay, so yeah, there's something here that is inspiring you, some kind of new beginning. All right, and it's very interesting because the bottom of the deck is the Justice card. This is Libra. Some of you may be dealing with Libra. You could be dealing with things that involve court, things that involve judges or authority, lawyers, things like that. But yeah, this is about fairness. And look at the card right underneath the Libra card. We got the Ace of Swords. So wow, there's a lot of clarity. This has to do with marriage for some of you guys, okay? Marriage and money is coming up here. Business partnerships. I know this has to do with relationships for you, Virgo, but because of the emphasis on money and value and finances, you guys may be focusing more on that than love right now or relationships. But if we are talking about a relationship, it definitely could be talking about like I said, relationships that involve money or business relationships. I just want to say, be careful of codependency while you're in this time of your life where you're really getting a clear view of what you have. But it looks like there's going to be some communication and clarity. There may be new communication with a Libra. There may be a new Libra in your life. And then underneath the Ace of Swords is the Death card. So it looks like there's a cycle of clarity here between now and the Scorpio full moon. Definitely new conversations, new clarity. You may have to cut certain things out in your life, end certain things in your life. Got Scorpio there. Could be a new Scorpio or Libra in your life. We got the Hanged Man. So there's been this pause, this mental pause for you. You've got Neptune and Mercury. These two signs were dangerously close in Pisces, and this may be causing Virgo some anxiety in their relationships, having their ruling sign Mercury still in Pisces. You heard me right. Mercury is still in Pisces, but not for much longer. I think it's reaching the end right now. It's going to move into Aries around like, oh, I don't want to say any dates, but it'll move into Aries very soon. And that's when you're going to undergo a mental transformation, Virgo. So yeah, there is some anxiety here around what you're hanging on to in relationships. Okay, saving money in relationships, Virgo. I'm reading the cards. Okay, got a Pisces here. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces specifically, though, your opposite sign. There may be a decision you need to make in love and romance, but saving money in relationships, like, can you even be with somebody, Virgo, who you can't, save money with? Like, and that's just because Libra is your second house. So I can't tell you how important it is that money and finances and tangible possessions are fair and balanced in relationships for Virgo because of this placement. But we got a little bit of anxiety over a choice, maybe, about ending something. I don't know if there's any endings, okay, but yeah, we're back to Mercury. Someone here may have Mercury in Scorpio, but there's some anxiety here about something that is changing, Virgo, because of this, if you felt like things are just mentally at a pause for you, it's because this clarity that's coming in. Like, this is a clear message about truth, clarity, and victory. Look at those two swords in this card, okay? Ace of Swords, new beginnings, new ideas, new clarity, a new voice that you find, maybe speaking out in court with this card. Like, this may be something a judge or some kind of official or lawyer says to some of you guys. But back to this message, I'm just going to say, I am happy to say, Virgo, that there is some kind of inspiration or spark that is coming in the form of children, that is coming in the form of memory. It's coming in the form of love, soulmate energy. And soulmates can be children, soulmates could be friends, soulmates can be lovers. But this is a spark that it's like you can remember it. The memory of this is going to inspire you, like, oh, that's what it feels like to be passionate. That's what it feels like to be on fire. Okay, it's remembering passion. Okay, and I'm not sure why the cards are telling you that, Virgo. It needs to chime in some way to your house of value. Maybe this is what you value the most right now. The fairness that's going on with children and soulmate energy. Because remember, we have also the Justice and the Ace of Swords. So, keep fairness in mind, all right? This might have been some kind of court thing in the past. Maybe there's some kind of custody battle here, okay, with the Justice card and the Six of Cups. You remember something as far as justice. This full moon is going to bring you so much clarity. You guys even have two aces illustrated. We've got fire and air. So you're going to be having new ideas after a long period of mental transformation, and you had to pause for certain things to change in your mind. You had to literally do nothing, Virgo. Just hang here and think. There was clarity and enlightenment that came from that transit of, I know it was confusing, Mercury and Neptune being this close, but look how much clarity. It gave you a completely new sharpened mind, and now you're mentally balanced. This is about speaking and thinking in a very balanced way, Virgo, so that these new sparks this is the new and the old. Like the Six of Cups, it's like even if there's a new spark with a lover or something, it's like you guys know each other from a past life or something. But Virgo, I gotta say, this is all about value and stuff, okay? That something about this message is going to show you your worth. It's going to show you, you know, what it is that you have, okay? So hopefully that helped. Let's go ahead and move on to Libra. Hi, Libra. This is, needless to say, your full moon. So let's go ahead and hone in here for Libra. Now we have the Seven of Cups coming out. So there may be some, yeah, I was just going to say there may be some confusion, choices. Okay, there's definitely a need. Before I even talk to you, there's a need to tell Libra. You got a lot of options here, a lot of feelings, okay? The full moon, the moon being full, I should say, definitely brings a certain significant amount of emotion to the sign, okay? I love your energy, Libra. I've been waiting very long to tell you this. I love your energy. I love what it has done for me. It helps me every year. When we have a full moon in Libra, it helps me every year around this time really balance who I am. So I just wanted to thank you guys vibrationally for that. But I also want to say that this has everything to do with your first house, Libra. So who you are around this time of year is extremely important. Not only because of the full moon that takes place, the pink moon, this takes place around this time every year, but because of your opposite sign, Aries. Like, I don't know how much you guys know about that, but Aries being your opposite is always constantly reminding Libra to be who you are, be who you are, be who you are. It's one thing to be an Aries and know who you are, but it's another thing to be opposed. Okay, so the sun is opposing you around this time. The moon was full. Okay, lots of emotion. So Libra, this has everything to do with who you are. You know, the balanced self. Sorry guys, my nose is starting to run. But yeah, Libra, the first house is all about how you're seen. So this is about being seen in a more intellectual, balanced, harmonious, fair way. I think it's going to be very important from now until, and I'm seeing 111 on the clock. It's 10:11. Synchronicity. But yeah, Libra, what I was going to say is that it might be really important over the next month, between now and May 8th, when we have a full moon in Scorpio. It might be important for you guys to be seen in a more fair way, I wonder if Libras always are concerned with being seen as someone who's fair. Maybe that's why you guys don't like making decisions. Maybe that's why you guys don't like being mean or showing initiative or being the shot callers. Even though you're a cardinal sign, Libra is in control of thinking about what they want to do. Like Cancer is in control of feeling what they want to do. Aries is already expressed what they want to do. And then we have Capricorn, who's constantly taking action to work on what they want to do in the future. Those are all the cardinal signs. Cardinal energy is really hot in the universe right now because there's a lot of people that want to take action, stuff like that. Libra, your actions have a lot to do with relationships and fairness. So it's interesting talking to you on your full moon, because I'm interested to know what it's doing to you. I just want to let you know that how important your energy is to the universe. We always need balance. We always need fairness, okay? I know it's not easy being a dual sign and things like that. And it's coming out in the cards, okay? We know this is all about who you are and how you're seen, your personality. But we have that Seven of Cups that came out, which signified a choice. And then we have the Two of Swords, which is damn near a Libra card to me. Okay, so we got a new moon, okay? We've got the moon almost coming full, or a moon that is about to be new. So the new and the full moon cycle, specifically the crescent form of the moon, okay? When the moon is in crescent, you may look up and see a crescent moon at the time of your life over the next month where you have significant choices. I mean, look at this, Libra. Look at what the full moon message for you. There are a lot of options that you or another person has. They're emotional. We got air and water here, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You can see how this would depict a Libra, right? We got these two swords, and this is indecision. Someone who's not making a decision. Someone here has way too many options, and they're just like, you know, I don't think the Libra full moon really compelled you to make a choice, did it? Because this is you not making a choice. Someone here has long brown hair. I'm seeing 3 indications of someone with darker hair. Okay, we got the star card, we got purple on this card and blue. So this may be an Aquarius, okay? This may have to do with humanity. This may have to do with someone who feels stuck, trapped. Got a lot of air energy here, Libra. I didn't pull the Nine of Swords for you. Now I'm pulling the card before the Nine of Swords. Now you guys may have anxiety about how to get out of a situation. You're really trying to keep faith in a situation you feel stuck in. It might have to do with a Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries, or a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, because we got 2 knights here. We also have some unemployment going on. We got some left out in the cold energy, you know what I'm saying? But we also got a wish coming true. Okay, emotional satisfaction may be a thing in place of your financial satisfaction, but we got something that you want to say as the Knight of Swords, something that wants to be expressed here, Libra. This may be inconsistent communication or inconsistent thoughts, which, if that's the thing, if your mental state, or if you're communicating in a very chaotic way, Libra, or if you're thinking chaotically, it's going to be very hard for you to balance these two swords, these two truths out. So that makes a lot of sense why you are feeling stuck in your head with the Eight of Swords, can't find a way out, but you're trying to keep faith, could be dealing with an Aquarius. You may want to look to the stars to guide you, but wow, Libra. You know, if the Two of Swords wasn't indecisive enough, it's like this is a decision that involves multiple decisions. It's how you feel about this decision. You know, this is an intuitive combination, like Pisces energy, where it makes sense. The moon is going to make you intuitive. The moon is going to reveal to you, even though you have a blindfold on. It's like Libra doesn't have to see in order to make decisions subconsciously. You know, there's something here about justice being blind. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to see in order to know what you're thinking. You may even close your eyes on purpose. I'm going to go back here to this Eight of Wands. Or this, I'm sorry, not Eight of Wands. I said that though, and that might involve travel or some kind of message being communicated to you. Fast forward movement and focus. This is the Eight of Swords though, and she's blindfolded, okay? So there's something here about you not being able to make a decision because you're stuck in your head. You literally can't move. Like some of us are stuck in our homes, you know, something going on there. But we've got a major decision here, okay? We've got a major decision here. Indecisiveness because of all the options that Libra, you know, some of these options you're closing your eyes to. I'm going to get you one more card, Libra, for just to give you a solid, you know, this is your full moon. Now, this may be a decision. Now, can it be, Libra? I'm hearing this. Can it be that, yeah, okay, I'm going to leave that. This card just reversed itself. But what I was going to say is, are the decisions about yourself the hardest, Libra? And if so, if you find yourself, like, maybe you can decide what kind of chips you want. You know, it might take a minute. I know all decisions are hard for us, Libra, but I feel like this is a decision that for some reason you're in control of. Like I was just saying, Libras are kind of, you know, you're fair, like, oh, well, what do you want? You know, like, well, what are you getting? You know what I mean? Like, you guys need a little bit of persuasion, just like Pisces does, to make a decision. So, yeah, it's like, I don't know if this is a decision that for some reason you have to make. I don't know why I'm being led to talk about that, but then something weird happened with the cards where the Seven of Cups reversed itself. I'm pretty sure Gemini may have received this. Yeah, Gemini received this card as well. So if you're dealing with a Gemini, or if you have a Gemini in your life or in your chart, I meant to say, you may want to watch that video or that message for them. But this may involve something that, you know, a decision that you're not making, Libra, until you know what is and what isn't an option. Because at first we have this card, options, you know, window shopping, kind of trying to test the waters and sip from each seven cup, when really the universe is saying with this card is like some of this is an illusion. So you need to choose intuitively when it comes to these options. All right, so the Seven of Cups has now reversed itself, and out comes the Tower, Libra. So there is some kind of tower to keep note of here. This is Mars energy, the opposite of you. Maybe this is some kind of action you want to take, but some kind of shock, some kind of change that you weren't prepared for. Maybe that's why some of your options got shaken up. Like, oh, okay, that's no longer an option for me. There's just something here about knowing the ingredients to a situation, like knowing the, you know what I'm saying, Libra? Like knowing, what all this is about. Like, okay, like, because there's this main decision you have to make between now and you know, Libra is definitely related to decision making energy, and that's why the Seven of Cups came out first, because there was a choice. But then this card came out to represent that there's not a choice being made. Options from the past, there may be, excuse me, there may be an option from the past here that is going to come in and confuse you a little bit. This may shock you. You may not see this coming. This may have something to do with something falling apart, a false foundation, an ending, something being shaken up. Okay, so now you have new options. Certain options that you had before are no longer a thing. Certain options that you didn't have are now a thing. We've got the Nine of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, so it might involve single, self-sufficient. We've got a Sagittarius showing up here, someone being patient and stable emotionally. There's something here about the Sagittarius full moon in a couple months. So that might be why the Two of Swords is here, because you're going to take a couple months to really decide what you're going to cut out. You know, I'm telling you, the Tower is here because something is going to shake up your options and change them. Like I said, options that weren't there before are going to come in. over the next month, and options that were there before are going to go out, the ones that weren't stable, the ones that were just illusion. Yeah, and this is actually going to make you less confused. There's a tower coming in, Libra, some kind of change in your life, some kind of shakeup that's either unexpected to others or unexpected to you, okay, that is actually going to help you make a decision. All right, and there's definitely something here about just being stable, and self-sufficient until the Sagittarius full moon in June. That'll be around June 8th, okay, Libra? So yeah, there's definitely some of your options being shaken up because someone couldn't make a choice. So when the law can't make a decision, what happens? You know, like we have like that jury duty energy. So I don't know if you need other people's input here, because there's an option here. There was an option from the past or something that it might shock you, but I'm getting another message here that this was an option that fell apart in the past, something like that, because options from the past are definitely a thing, and it's linked to unexpected. So maybe you're not making a choice, Libra. It's a good thing that you're holding off on making a decision because there are options you're unaware of. We'll just put it that way. So I would definitely spend the next 2 months kind of just weighing out the pros and cons as you do, Libra, as a as a judge, as the scales in the zodiac. You know what I mean? So wow, Libra, I just want to say this all has something to do with who you are. There may be facets of yourself falling apart. You may be going through change. You may be wanting to be stable. There's options that you and only you want, and that's kind of different for you. You know, Aries as your opposite is telling you to put yourself first, Libra. So that might be an issue for some of you guys. But pay attention to the intuition the moon has revealed to you. There's no going back now. Every year around this time, you go through a full moon, Libra, and it really illuminates you. You know, it really does. It definitely shows you clarity in certain ways, okay? So this has everything to do with who you are. When there's a full moon in your first house, especially you Libra risings out there, it's like subconsciously who you're afraid to be is illuminated, okay? And you're able to kind of choose lots of different decisions, okay? And these are decisions that pertain to your truth, Libra, okay? Even if it means sacrifice, even if it means something else completely crumbling down, it's like you need to put yourself first. That's a huge one. The relationship you have with yourself, Libra, is very, very important right now, okay? And how you're being seen. Other people may see you as indecisive. Big shocker, right? So, all right, Libra, thank you so much. Let's move on to Scorpio. Hi, Scorpio. How's it going? This is the Libra full moon in April on the 7th and the 8th. So let's go ahead and get Scorpio a message for the Libra full moon. This is a very important one for you guys, okay? The Libra full moon is in your 12th house. I cannot wait to talk to you about this. But let's let a card come out first just so we can stay focused. You may have some options too. It's interesting. A lot of options are coming out for all the signs. And I think that's because when true balance and fairness is established, you really know what you have, what you're working with. Okay, so Libra is definitely showing us all the true options we have in relationships and everything, really. So you may be inquiring more. You may be spying to see what options another person has or what options you truly have. You know, the 9 of Pentacles just showed itself to me. So single, self-sufficient energy. Okay, being able to stand firmly on your own financially, that's important. Okay, so what's going on for Scorpio? What's going on for Scorpio for the Libra full moon, please? Give me a Libra full moon message for Scorpio. We got a card falling out. Interesting. So before we begin, we're going to talk a little bit about that 12th house energy that I was talking about, Scorpio. So in a month, on May 8th, we're going to have a full moon in your sign. Okay, at the end of this month, we got your 7th house of relationships coming in with Taurus. So the fact that there's a Libra full moon and that has to do with relationships, and then after the 20th, we got more relationship stuff coming in for you, Scorpio. There's a huge emphasis being put on other people right now with you. Not so much you, but your opposite, Taurus energy. You know, what other people have. Relationships, partnerships of all kind, business, you know, family relationships, friendships, the relationship you have with yourself. But Scorpio, this is your 12th house. So now is the time to really bring balance to your subconscious, to pay attention to your dreams and how your dreams may be illustrating to you secret feelings you have behind the scenes. The fact that Scorpio has a 12th house is literally to tap into that energy. How much more mysterious can you get? Like Scorpio, you guys are already very deep and subconsciously hidden, but then you focus on Libra and how in the back of Scorpio's mind there's always fairness, justice, harmonious energy. You guys can be kind of detached subconsciously. Isn't that something? Scorpios can be kind of detached, especially Scorpio risings can be kind of detached at a subconscious level. Now, what is the 12th house? It's Pisces energy. That's why I'm excited to talk to you about it. For you, it's Libra energy, but in the zodiac wheel, we look to Pisces energy to describe the 12th house, because Pisces is the traditional 12th house. So we've got the subconscious. This is a lot of light. So I wonder how you guys are sleeping 3 days before the full moon, the day of the full moon, and 3 days after. How you guys have been sleeping over the last week of this, during the week of the full moon, basically the first week of April, how you guys were sleeping, because when there's a full moon of bright light in your 12th house of sleep, subconscious energy, and ending, surrender, sacrifice, it's hard to sleep. And it's because you know, when there's a new moon in your 12th house, which there will be in 6 months, Scorpio, but and Gemini is about to go through a 12th house new moon. But yeah, that can be where you're asleep during a cycle. Now, Scorpio, when the moon comes in, when a full moon comes into your 12th house, the sign right before you, Libra is the zodiac sign right before you on the wheel, you're waking up. I feel like you're waking up to certain, now when Scorpio wakes up to certain things, it's like, you know, you guys are the demigods. You guys are those forces that deal with death and transformation. So it's like the Grim Reaper. Hopefully you don't take that the wrong way, Scorpio, but something is awakening within you with this full moon. There's going to be a lot of illumination. There's no better time to bring things to completion. You have until now, until March, or I'm sorry, I don't know why I said March. We'll leave March in the past because March was a tough month. But anyway, I meant to say May. From now until May 8th, you're going to be really, really waking up. You're going to be really, you know, coming to terms with things that are being brought to light, secrets, illumination, things that were really deep. The 12th house is the final stage, okay? It's the house of absolute. It's the end of the end. So this is a metaphor, okay? Now, we want to chime in relationships here, too. These are, now, relationships for you, Scorpio, this is what's going on behind the scenes in relationships. What's going on at a subconscious level. Are things balanced emotionally? Relationship sacrifices are coming up here, but definitely because the 12th house is endings and Libra is the sign of this full moon dealing with relationships, there could definitely be endings to relationships. Now, these endings may not be physical. They may be emotional, or they may be subconscious, meaning that, you know, after May 8th, they may come to a physical end. This is very secretive energy, Scorpio. So if you're feeling even more secretive, like, wow, you know, this is real Scorpio is in a very deep chart as far as the moon. As far as the moon, you guys are in a very deep place. The very next full moon is your sign, so just get ready. Get ready for the new moon in your 7th house as well. Speaking of the 7th house, we got the Lovers. So you guys could be dealing with a Gemini. We have the card for Gemini coming out here. But Scorpio, the Lovers card represents a significant divine connection. We got a twin flame soulmate energy here, the divine masculine, divine feminine, regardless of gender. Scorpio, this might be the card of choice for you. You may have a choice when it comes to, because I'll tell you what, there's no Scorpio out there right now that does not have an innate, intuitive feeling of what is going on behind the scenes in their relationships. The secrets that dwell there, what's not being said but can extremely be felt. Like, there's something about the subconscious energy behind, like, and I'm hearing they're sleeping on certain relationships, Scorpio, or other people are sleeping on you. You know what I mean by that? Like, so regardless of how this is affecting each and every one of you individually, there are some choices behind the scenes that need to be made. Choices behind the scenes of your relationships, okay? And how that coincides with completion and endings and sacrifice for you even. The 12th house of surrender and endings. Like, there's nothing to do here, Scorpio. There's just a choice here, subconsciously. No one knows you have to make this choice, okay? It's very hidden. You guys are very hidden around this time of year, but there is a huge light in your subconscious house. So things that have been hidden from you may be illuminating, but you do have the ability to really go to your 12th house right now of Libra. Now, we have the Fool card. So this to me looks like a risky relationship, one that you may be, like, you may be in an existing relationship, Scorpio, and there may be some kind of new beginning, like, let's move in together, you know, like, I just got out of a relationship, but let's start this new one. Like, this is a choice to make a leap of faith in relationships, regardless of if you're with someone or if you're single. There's a choice here to begin. We've got Aries and we've got Gemini. Now, can you see how in this card, this person is like throwing this magical ball. Someone may have a cat. This is Aries energy. Okay, Aries season really bringing in relationships. And this may be Gemini season the next couple months when this choice is made. Okay, because remember, this is a subconscious cycle for you until May 8th. But Scorpio, yeah, this is the choice to start something new. And I want to say, she's throwing this magic. This is a very fun relationship. It's new. Now, there may be something here about collaborating. You could be dealing with a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, because we got work here. We got someone here who's at a stalemate when it comes to work. Some of you guys are definitely not working right now. We got the 2 cards of inactivity. So there's a pause going on here when it comes to a decision that you've been thinking about. It involves collaboration, money, a work, a project, something. Okay, I want to get more for this lovers, because there's obviously just some kind of choice for Scorpio that seems risky. And maybe it's because you need to know more. The 12th house is very, very deep. It's very, very subconscious. It's so similar to the 8th house. This is why I love Scorpio and I almost said Virgo. So you could be dealing with a Virgo, but I love Scorpio and Pisces because those 2 signs are just so similar when it comes to like who's more psychic, who's more emotional. We may never know. But anyway, Scorpio, this is definitely about a significant connection that will be coming into your life and definitely affected over the next month. And like I said, relationships are so important because Taurus season after April 20th, that is going to be so important, relationships for you. So I can't wait to talk to you guys in a couple weeks on the new moon in Taurus. But tell me why this lovers card, thank you, kind of came out immediately. Okay, so Scorpio, we have the Ace of Swords. This could be a new Gemini. This could be about communication. There's a strong emphasis of communication. You know, the Libra full moon is bringing up communication subconsciously. So pay attention to your dreams, but you're going to get a lot of clarity about relationships over the next month, Scorpio. Specifically after Taurus season begins, you're going to get very clear about decisions that you need to make as well. This could involve like a project or something, but usually the lovers is a connection. It's usually a love connection. So you may have to cut someone off with this Ace of Swords, and it might be in regards to someone who plays mind games. We got a very divine Queen of Cups coming out here, and that's you, Scorpio. There's a Scorpio woman here who's tired of fighting. She's also tired of planning inside her comfort zone. Like, you guys want to, in order to get something that you desire, in order to get that emotional satisfaction that every water sign could benefit from, you know, you're going to have to plan outside your comfort zone. You're never going to get complete emotional satisfaction with a person, place, or thing if you're stuck juggling between, oh, I don't know if I'm willing to grow that much. I don't know if I'm willing to be that uncomfortable. And like, yeah, okay, well, you know what? Most people who get what they deserve and get what they desire and wishing for, there's a wish, Scorpio, that is going to absolutely require you to step out of your comfort zone. Does that make sense? Now, some of you guys have significant choices to make in relationships. You're going to be juggling more than one person, place, or thing. There's a lover here. There's a friend. Okay, there definitely may be someone who's leaving a situation to get to calmer waters, instead of having to be defensive. Some of you guys are in a situation where you just constantly have to stick up for yourself. That's changing. The Wheel of Fortune's there. There may be a child, and I do see Virgo. I see a Virgo man here specifically, or a Capricorn. Yeah, there's some kind of completion taking place with an earth sign man or with money. And you may, you know, I know a lot of us are isolated with this Hermit card, but that's the card for Virgo. That's changing. The way to stand up for yourself is to move on to calmer waters, actually, Scorpio. That's going to be the way to defend yourself the most instead of just sitting here juggling. Some of you guys, there's a friend zone that you're putting someone in or that they're putting you in. It's like, are we lovers or are we friends? It could be both. You guys, this could definitely be a friend that you have, like, you know, more feelings for, but there's definitely these, it's like, what do you value more? This relationship, these friends. There could be same-sex relationships here with the 3 of Cups. This is a group of friends that you hang out with a significant other. It's like there's a group of people. This is 5 people. And 2 of the people are like having feelings. And then there's these 3 people. It could be a water sign or earth sign or air sign. And I just want to say real briefly here, when it comes to the juggling you're doing, this is definitely someone who might be juggling more than just you, Scorpio, or, you know, you're the one going through this secret energy. So you could definitely be juggling 2 different value connections. Maybe you're trying to choose between your friends and your love life. But I just want to say that this card brings up the differences between mental connection, emotional connection, and physical connection. You could be connecting with someone physically that's connecting with someone else emotionally, while the whole time you're connecting with someone mentally who's connecting with someone else physically. Do you see how that is a very weird dynamic, that you can be connecting with someone physically and emotionally and mentally, 3 different people, 3 different types of connection? But I see lovers and friends and some juggling. I see a water sign that's tired of the mind game. Someone's very intuitive. You're very intuitive, Scorpio. You know that someone's playing mind games. You know that someone here may just be manipulative. And again, you know, if you want what you desire, there's a wish here over the next month where you're going to have to really sacrifice your comfort. And that might be going back to this relationship, this new relationship communication, this clarity, where it might be risky, but there's definitely going to be some relationship clarity. And I love that. Definitely strong Gemini energy here. This is going to be someone who is very mentally communicative. Could be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius that you're communicating with. The truth about the truth in your relationships, or in this connection, this is a connection where you're both able to be honest. Honesty and victory in relationships very important when it comes to your truth, Scorpio. And this is your subconscious truth. You know, the subconscious of your relationships, even dream relationships, spiritual relationships, sacrifice, that kind of thing, very, very important when it comes to this amount of clarity. All right, I love it, Scorpio. That was a little bit long, but you know what? It's my honor. I really hope that this helps you guys. Please embrace any endings, okay? Especially when it comes to your stability. Maybe some of you guys are even single around this time, but you know, allow the light of the full moon to completely surrender you, okay, until the full moon in Scorpio, which will be your first house, and that'll be time for you to do things. But right now it's just completely mental. Okay, so thank you, Scorpio. Let's go ahead and move on to Sagittarius. I guess I just danced some cards out for you, so we'll stop here and then we'll shuffle again because I could have totally fucked that up. Sagittarius, this is a Libra full moon. This is happening on April 7th and April 8th. So we've got a cycle here until May 8th to talk about for you. It's very interesting to talk to you, Sagittarius, about Libra. Libra is 11 houses away from you on the Zodiac wheel. So we're going to talk about the 11th house and what Libra brings there for you. So the 11th house in astrology is all about groups of people, which is restricted right now. It's kind of interesting. If you find yourself wanting to... Now, you could find yourself wanting to be around groups of people, or the other half of you, you're kind of going with the restriction thing, and you're not wanting to be around certain people. Some of you are around groups of people, quarantined with them, and you don't want to be around them. So I'm feeling a little bit of, just know that groups of people are really important, but we got a full moon there in your 11th house. So this is bringing up friendships, humanity. This is that Aquarian energy. So the reason why I think this is so cool is because right now there's a lot of 11th house energy, Sagittarius, in the world. You know, we're all being affected by the collective right now. So please know this full moon around this crisis going on, you're kind of embodying like what's going on with groups and how there needs to be fairness amongst a group of people. I can't even express how important this full moon cycle is for you in you know, feeling like if you are amongst a group of people, whether there's 3 other people besides you, there's you included, there's like 6 people, you know, I don't know how to define a group. I would say more than 3 people is a group. And even if there's 3 people, 3 is a crowd. There we go. Thank you. So groups of people, like, is everything fair? Is everything harmonious? Is everything peaceful? And you know, this is a lot about relationships. So I do want to say the fact that Libra is your 11th house, it brings up a very polyamorous feel. And there are many Sagittariuses that I know who are in polyamorous relationships, or maybe they don't take it that far to define it as that, but there's definitely multiple passions for you guys. And it's interesting, I was just talking to a Sagittarius the other day about polyamory relationships. So yeah, you know, the relationships you have with your friends is coming up too, Sag. There's many different ways that this can be illustrated, but basically relationships with the relationship you have with groups of people, the relationship you have with the collective, making sure that that's balanced, Sagittarius. Making sure that it's fair, and like I'm hearing equal I don't know what that means, like distributing something equally, who knows. Let's get to the tarot now that we know that this is a full moon. Now there may be certain groups of people that you never associate with again, Sagittarius, and this is no shade, it's nothing personal. You may need to tell people this. It's just because there's a full moon in your 11th house of groups. So there may be friendships that you're never friends with again. It's time for you to find it's time for you to open up a new cycle of friendships and groups of people. Now, the cards, we got 2 fire cards coming out. These are the cards that came out when I danced. Okay, it's interesting. I've been wanting to dance. The moon is in Sagittarius right now, as I record this for the Libra full moon. So it's been a couple of days, but the moon's in your sign right now around the 10th and the 11th of April. Almost said November. Some of your birthdays are in November, obviously. You could be dealing with a November Scorpio. But yeah, I've been wanting to dance. All right. So I know I'm feeling your guys' vibration. I love Sagittarius. I'm a Pisces. We're both ruled by Jupiter. So a little bit of scatterbrain, a little restless, huh? Yeah. A little restless. I don't know how you guys are doing with this quarantine. Hopefully finding fun things to do, especially over the next couple of days, the 11th and the 12th, when the moon is in your sign. Like, finding a way to express your emotions. But with this Libra full moon, this is the cards that came out when I danced, when I gave energy. 3 of Wands, 5 of Wands. So first of all, the 3 of Wands is about foresight. This is somebody who's already decided to plan, like you've already made a decision between comfort and growth in something in your life, Sagittarius. And I know that because this is the card after the 2 of Wands. Okay, so when you get the 3 of Wands, you've obviously already made a significant decision. Now there could be 3 things you're passionate about here, people, places, things, I don't know. But this Libra full moon is bringing foresight to your attention, the things that you're able to see coming, not necessarily intuitively. It's interesting, the 3 of Wands is not necessarily intuitively seeing. It's like, you know, you're just passionate about something. Maybe there was a discussion, like you just know it's coming, it's on the horizon, you know, it's in the very near future. This is a card of very near, like it's so close you can taste it kind of thing. But here's the thing, it's coming out with the 5 of Wands. So is there some kind of conflict that you're able to see coming, Sagittarius? Some kind of battle, some kind of tension. Now, if there's something that you're feeling tension with in your relationships or whatever, family, person, place, or thing, all I'm seeing here is that there's tension is going to give you foresight. So if you're at a job, if you start to feel tensions, maybe this is a Sagittarius thing. Maybe the cards are revealing something that's always true for you, Sag, which is, you know, you guys are usually very lighthearted. You're very excited people. You're very fun and optimistic, right? Jupiter. Right. So when a Sagittarius feels tension, I don't think that jives very well with you guys, because that's not lighthearted. It's not optimistic. This is not something optimistic. This is conflict. So conflict and tension is going to be something that happens in foresight. Like, or I'm hearing that there's going to be a fight or battle, some kind of battle or argument that takes place. And that's going to be like, that's going to be the trigger for you. Like, oh, I knew this was coming. Or because this fight happened, you're like, oh, great. Now I'm able to see. Okay, so yeah, it's different for all of you. Some of you have seen this conflict. Now, this could definitely be a group of friends because you guys are going through 11th house energy. So there's 5 people here. You know, somebody's pointing their finger. This is probably you, Sagittarius. I know most of you don't have an afro, but like, yeah, look at you. Like there's someone who's yelling. This could be an Aries, but we got an earth sign. There's a mysterious water sign over here that isn't expressing themselves, and we got someone here. So it's interesting what the images can show you, but this could definitely be a group of friends. Someone here has red hair and they're really fired up, pointing at who's wrong, and you know, I don't know, but I don't know what this is. It's definitely fire energy. We have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You pulled your own element. I mean, you pulled the 3 and the 5. So you're missing the 4 of Wands. There could be something here about a home environment. I mean, I'm just guessing because we have the 3 and the 5. There's a missing 4 there. So could it be that there's something here about a marriage, a commitment, a foundation, a celebration? Yeah, bottom of the deck is the 8 of Cups, so you could definitely be dealing with a Scorpio, especially because after that we have the Queen. So there's a water sign here that it could be you, Sagittarius, especially if you've been feeling emotional. Yeah, you're watching this. You have a lot of feelings about this fight, or about what this fight is allowing you to see coming. Like, oh my God, if there's tension now, how are we going to get through the next 3 months together if we can't even all get on the same page, right? Because there's definitely something here about, like I'm hearing, you know, I went out on a limb here, you know, I took a risk and now there's fighting. So it's like someone's emotionally walking away. They may not be physically walking away. This could be someone who's returning. There's definitely a water sign woman here, which could be you, Sagittarius, even though you're a fire sign, because anybody could walk away emotionally. I see someone here who walked away from a Scorpio. I see someone here who walked away from a Pisces or a Cancer. If you're not dealing with water signs, then you just took your emotions and you walked away. You know, you're going to find your emotional fulfillment. Now, see this big full moon up there, Sagittarius? There is a Scorpio full moon in a month. So by the time of the Scorpio full moon, you will have known about what this fight is bringing forth, what this conflict and this tension. This is not anything to be really worried about, especially you as a fire sign. You're able to get through. You're able to express yourself in these moments better than, say, a water sign. So, yeah, you're going to be fine, Sagittarius. There's just going to be a little bit of conflict. If anything, it might just, you know, stir things up a little bit. But, you know, you're going to be walking away come the Scorpio full moon, even though there's juggling. There's definitely a third party here of someone juggling more than one person, place, or thing. But this is about you really understanding how you feel, being intuitive about what you need to walk away from. And I just want to say here before we move on to Capricorn that there is a full moon in Sagittarius coming up, and that's going to be in June, okay? So please know in 2 months, there's going to be a sign. Now, it's interesting. I just picked up my cards, and these 4 cards stayed on the ground. So we got a Gemini here you may be dealing with. There's comfort, and remember that 2 of Wands I was talking about? This is the card right before the 3 of Wands that came out for you. So your relationships are contributing to your comfort playing. Sometimes, believe it or not, sometimes Sagittarius play the comfort game, where even though Jupiter wants you guys to expand and be the biggest, be the loudest, be the funnest, you guys go into your comfort zone of insecurity, and you may lose, you know, some kind of emotional fulfillment here. There's that 9 of Cups. So you're definitely walking towards, there's a choice here. Someone who's very, it's like this is a person you're wishing for, or a thing, a person, place, a thing that's very emotionally fulfilling. There's a little bit of conflict that maybe it's in regards to people, groups. You know, keep in mind, Sagittarius, this is definitely all about group completion. Like, you may need the help of 3 or more people to help you complete something. Okay, we got the 6 of Cups that I just stopped on. So this might involve soulmate energy, children, like people coming back from the past. You know, there's a Virgo here. Okay, you may be isolating yourself like the rest of us, because the Hermit is like lonely energy, but someone's returning from the past. This may just be memories that you're thinking about in isolation. It could be an earth sign here. Okay, Sagittarius, see a male earth sign. This is a male, even though this is the goddess deck. We got Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo there. There was definitely a completion here. We got Saturn and Capricorn energy. Now Saturn's in Aquarius, but you know, I don't know if this has to do with in June when Saturn moves back into Capricorn. That might just be a date, because I did pick up Gemini energy. That would be Gemini season. Some of you may have Gemini energy, but Sag, things are just completing for you at a collective level. Things are balancing out for you subconsciously on a really grand scale, okay? This is about literal, like, balancing out things in the numbers, in bulk, like bulk balance, okay, for lack of a better term. So hopefully that helps, Sagittarius. Let's go ahead and move to Capricorn. Hi Capricorn, how's it going? This is the Libra full moon video and message for you. I've got a card coming out. I do want to reshuffle that, okay? But let's go ahead and talk about how important this is for you guys, okay? So Capricorn, as you may know, you are the 10th house in astrology. And this house has everything to do with your social status, how you're seen in the world, your midheaven, your destiny, your legacy, what you're meant to do the next 10 years. Now, doesn't that sound a lot like you? Well, Libra represents the 10th house for you. So we've got a full moon that is 10 houses away from you. This is going to be a very at-home energy for you, okay? This is definitely your career. This is everything that you stand for, okay? Your future, your legacy. But since it's Libra, we do have to incorporate balance. We have to incorporate how relationships with other people are a thing that can potentially affect our careers, our stability, our social status, and our long-term plans. So Capricorn, yeah, this is your energy, okay? You're going through 10th house energy, which is already who you are. There's a full moon in your 10th house, so there can definitely be certain completions taking place in the career sector, things that aren't balanced. You know, you can't lie to Libra about what's balanced and what's fair. So there could be some careers. I know a lot of us are going through temporary unemployment with the crisis going on right now. So please allow this time of completion to take place in the name of your future. There's a cycle of karma that is completing with this full moon. It might affect your relationships. Excuse me, it might affect your future relationships are coming up here. Relationships that you've had for 10 years, relationships that you would like to see in your life in the 10 years. Are they stable enough? Can you build a future with these people? Business partnerships, huge thing for you, Capricorn, because we got Libra partnerships, we got 10th house business. So any business relationships, partnerships, relationships where your career and your relationships are intertwined, like if you work at the same place, like if there's anything in your life where career and relationships are in you know, together, then this is definitely on the playing field for the area of your life that could be affected. There's a full moon here, so there's a lot of illumination, right? There's going to be things that you're able to see for the first time in a long time that are going to be completing over the next 6 months, Capricorn, all in the name of your future. I just want to keep reminding you that this energy is definitely all in the illumination of your future. Capricorns are huge about planning. So, you know, even though Libra is a square, you know, Libra squares you on the zodiac wheel. You guys are 90 degrees apart. So there is going to be compromise. I don't know if you have to compromise your future plans or your goals or your career with relationships in any way, or with decisions or law or balance, fairness. It's like you got to meet in the middle with where you're going and who you're currently with. Some kind of energy like that. So 10th house energy, Capricorn. Let's reveal the card. We got the Magician coming out. So honestly, you guys are definitely masters at something right now. We've got sword energy here, water energy. We've got air, water, earth, and fire. It's the only card that has all the elements. So it's really it's limitless what you could create. You've got all the resources. This is a card of resource. Now we've got the card of Mercury. Mercury is currently in your 3rd house of Pisces on the zodiac wheel. Depending on what your rising sign is, that'll change. But honestly, Capricorn, this is communication. This is believing in yourself. Be careful of distractions, okay? So you guys are trying to manifest something. Please know, regardless of where you stand right now, currently, with everything going on in the world, you've got the resources. I don't care what you think you have, Capricorn. Some of you don't think you have a very much because of everything going on. But this is a card of belief. You have emotion, you have thought, you have passion, and you have stability. You have a little bit of each element to help you create anything that you would need. And this is in regards to your future. You're manifesting something for your future. You're manifesting something for a career or for the long term. And the bottom of the deck is so lit. It's the King of Pentacles. That is definitely a Capricorn vibration. So there's something you're manifesting as far as a pinnacle, something tangible. You're wanting to manifest something in a tangible way. This is such a message for you. I don't even know if I'm going to need to restart shuffle, because we definitely have the King of Pentacles, the World, and the Ten of Pentacles. If that is not a message about Capricorn, Saturn energy, for those of you who don't know, Saturn has been in Capricorn for the last 3 years. Saturn is your ruling planet. It deals with time restriction and responsibility and limitations and karma. There's a cycle that has ended because of Saturn entering Aquarius this month. Earlier in April, Saturn entered Aquarius, I think. But see, Saturn is going to retrograde in June. So you've got this like little time span of a couple months to really enjoy not being restricted. Now you're ruled by Saturn. Aquarius is ruled by Saturn too. But when Saturn shifts signs, it's like there's a karmic release that has happened for Capricorn. I'm going to have a whole nother video about this soon. So be on the lookout for that on YouTube. But Capricorn, enjoy your freedom. Enjoy, you know, not being so critical of your accomplishments and your goals while your ruling planet is kind of cracking down on Aquarius energy. But please be prepared for this cycle to reopen in June. This is a huge message about Saturn and Capricorn, because we have the World card. This is the World card in this deck right here, and that's ruled by Saturn in this tarot deck. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles, which speaks to Capricorn, the 10th house. So a lot of cycles when it comes to home and family. This is a great card to come up for career. Yeah, this is definitely talking about a completion. Like, I don't know where you guys have been working as far as career. Some of you guys may need to sit with yourself and ask yourself what the difference between a job and a hobby and work is. Like, basically, Capricorn, what you see yourself doing for stability in the next 10 years, like the next 10-year cycle. It makes a lot of sense why this is coming up, these cycles in the Ten of Pentacles, because that's completion in your, I mean, when you go through a 10th house full moon as a Capricorn, it's like there's going to be so many completions in your home and your career and your stability. There's something here that you've mastered. That's why the Magician came out, because it's time for you to pick a new element. You know, there's some kind of completion that's taking place with these 10 Pentacles. So to put it shortly, Capricorn, I feel like there's going to be something new opening up in your future over the next month until May 8th. This is going to happen gradually throughout the next 6 months until the Libra new moon in 6 months, where you can set intentions for your future. But there's a full moon in your 10th house of career. So there's just something that you've reached a completion, and you're going to be able to feel that, Capricorn, because if there's anything that Saturn teaches you, it's where you're selling yourself short. So I'm feeling the metaphor of somebody who already knows how to walk, but they're like in a place in their mind, they're in a relationship, or they're in a situation that's asking them to crawl. Do you know what I mean by that? It's like your skills have exceeded this thing that's giving you stability. For many of you, this is going to be a job or a home environment, a career. It's over, Capricorn. This is as stable as you're ever going to get. There is no 11 of Pentacles. It's time for you to start over with a new job. There may be newness coming to jobs and stuff like that, because you've had anxiety about the equal give and take. You've had anxiety about balance. This is a great card to come up for someone with a Libra 10th house, because we see the money here, the equal give and take, and we see the balance scale. So I don't know if any of you guys are going through court or equal distribution, or distributing something equally amongst children, or amongst 3 people in your environment, but it's very important that Capricorns are getting clear about what they're giving away now, because that could compromise your future, guys. So it's time for you to get very, very balanced financially. Libra 10th house is all about balance financially to ensure a stable future, but you guys have anxiety, you have sleepless nights over what's not being given to you, over what, maybe this is a bill that you guys have that isn't getting paid, just money that is being, I don't want to say unnoticed, it's just like, just lingering is the word, lingering money, lingering anxiety over the equal give and take, trying to balance out your checkbooks. But back to this. Please know there's something way bigger going on. It's time. The universe wants you guys to complete something in your career, and basically manifest a new beginning, manifest something else using a new skill that you've learned from this situation, Capricorn. So wherever you've been working for the last 10 months, whatever cycle of work you've been completing karmically, there's a chapter that is absolutely ended. This may end a home environment, it may end a job, it may end a relationship. Keep in mind, this has to do with relationships too. Yeah, there's a new beginning. Okay, I just pulled the Fool card. There's a new beginning, and oh my fucking God, I cannot make this shit up. I'm right on the money. This is definitely a new beginning. Remember, I told you, after the 10 of Pentacles, there's no 11. Look, it's going to be slow, okay? You could be dealing with a Virgo. It's about really, really being stable so that you can take a financial leap or risk, okay? But you are manifesting this, a new skill, some kind of golden opportunity, and you're also going to receive something that you need in order for you to jump in this new direction. It might be a lump sum of money, a stimulus check. It might be just something you need in order to take a risk, okay? In order to manifest something into your reality. I'm really happy to see that, Capricorn. You guys are bosses right now. You guys are on your game. You're setting goals. There is no other time that Capricorn is more focused than right now, because of that 10th house. So congratulations, you guys. Not to sound condescending, but I'm proud of you. And I hope that message helped. Let's go ahead and move to Aquarius. Aquarius, we have a card flipping over. There's something here about foresight and new love, okay? I'm going to reshuffle for you guys, but there might be some kind of new love that you can see coming, a new child perhaps, self-love, but we got the Page of Swords, okay? So that's your energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You may be keeping an eye on somebody, keeping your options open for new feelings in love. This is a Libra full moon, so there's definitely relationships to consider here, Aquarius. So, hi. Sorry to start right away in your reading, but this is a message for the Libra full moon taking place on April 7th and 8th until May 7th and May 8th. We got a full moon cycle to talk about for the next month. Okay, now some of you guys, we have definitely some messengers. We got Gemini and Sagittarius energy, so there may be something here about Gemini season. But we got it with the 5 of Pentacles. Like, there's some kind of inconsistent communication or thoughts where something's been left out in the cold. There might be some kind of loss of a job here for somebody. Yeah, there was a toxic job that someone's taking a break from. Someone cut off. It's like mind games being played. We got Mercury and Aquarius here. But, yeah, now I'm going to have to just focus on your cards, Aquarius, because the collective right now is very jumpy. There's a lot going on. Aquarius's energy is extremely electric. You guys rule electricity in astrology. Your guys' energy is very, very, your frequency, the Aquarian frequency, the otherworldly alien frequency is very potent right now because of how greatly humanity is being affected. Whenever there is something that takes place that affects a group of people or affects humanity as a whole, we got Aquarius energy, and as you guys may know, Saturn did just enter Aquarius, so it's time to get to business with the Aquarius vibration. Humanity means business right now. Humanity, there's a lot of responsibility placed on humanity right now with Saturn and Aquarius, your sign. So that's why the cards are jumping out. But we got the Fool, we got Aries energy. There's some kind of new beginning that may involve you know, no longer wanting to fight and sneaking out of a situation. But I can't wait to talk to you guys about this. Let me just go ahead and focus. Let's get a message for Aquarius for the full moon in Libra, please. Message for Aquarius for the full moon in Libra. Okay, what's going on for Aquarius? What can we talk to Aquarius about? Give me a message that'll help them. I know you guys are definitely needing guidance. Now, we have several cards that just fell out. I'm just going to try my best to interpret this, because like I said, your vibration is very interesting to tap into, because it's basically like tapping into a group of people when I'm only talking to one of you at a time. It's like tapping into the energy and the frequency of humanity when I talk to Aquarius. So let's just go ahead and talk a little bit about where Libra is on the chart for you guys. This full moon is falling in your 9th house. Great house to have. Full moon in your 9th house brings completions to beliefs. It brings completions to certain philosophies that you've had mentally that may or may not have been based on balance. Libra energy is all about balance. It's all about fairness in relationships. So there's something here about learning about other people. Aquarius is one of those signs that learns the most from others, because we've got 9th house energy, which is learning, and then we've got Libra energy, which talks about relationships with other people. So you're learning, maybe you might be learning from other people's relationships right now, Aquarius. You could be learning from your relationships. This could be friendships that you're learning from. You know, the 9th house is travel, long distance travel. I know there's a lot of restrictions right now with traveling, but there's definitely something here about an adventure, okay? Relationships and adventure go hand in hand for Aquarius. And this is bringing a very high intensity to knowledge, okay? Relationship knowledge. What you know about relationships is coming up here. And what you know about, you know, more so the fairness going on and the balance taking place there. So you're definitely learning about balance, fairness, and relationships. There are certain completions taking place. Like if there's a situation where you know, you can no longer learn or grow anymore from this specific relationship, then that may be brought to a completion during the full moon in Libra over the next month until May 8th, when we have a full moon in your 10th house, okay? So, yeah, there's a lot going on here, a lot that you can learn from Aquarius. And like I said, if there's nothing you can learn from a certain situation, and it doesn't have to be just romantic relationships, this is all relationships, but there's definitely a highlight being placed on knowledge, you know, how you can learn, only forming relationships with people from this point on that you can learn and grow with, expand. There's some kind of expansion here when it comes to fairness, balance, relationships. Let's get to the cards. So we had 3 cards fall out. They're all earth. We have all pentacle energy here. So there's something here about stability, and there's something here about being grounded. There's something here about, you know, that practical energy that you can touch, feel, and hold. We got a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn woman here. There's a feminine energy, I should say. Now, the 4 of Pentacles is the first card. It's interesting. We have the 4 and the 3 of Pentacles. So there's definitely an energy here of trying to save money. There's an energy here of hanging on tightly to something. Someone here is definitely very, very strict on their budget. I see the Queen of Pentacles in the middle, that book she's holding. There's some kind of financial document. There's a lot of, someone here writes or has to write a lot of notes or something when it comes to the work they're doing. Okay, now some of you guys may be temporarily out of a job, but we got the 4 of Pentacles. This is saving money, as I mentioned. Holding on tightly to something, right? A miser energy, something that you value very deeply. You're holding it close to your chest. There's definitely something here about saving money, Aquarius. I mean, I don't know who couldn't benefit from hearing that. Everyone in humanity needs to save money and be very budgeted right now. There's a new beginning financially here. There's something here about just having enough money for your day-to-day shit. You know, you could be dealing with a Virgo or a Taurus, but yeah, there's something here. You see how in this card there's 3 pentacles on the ground, and in this card there's 1. So you're giving something to someone, Aquarius. Some of you out there have definitely donated money, or I feel like the pentacle in this person's hand is the pentacle that she doesn't want to let go of it. So this may be something someone gave you. It really bothered you to ask for help, or it really bothered somebody to ask for your help, but you laid a pentacle at their feet because you're the Queen of Pentacles. You're stable. So Aquarius, at the end of the day, is very inclined to help friends and to help people in need. So yeah, you're helping someone with a new beginning, or this could be your energy. There's something here about $30 or like $40. This might be $10 or $100 for somebody, but it's interesting. There's one pentacle on the ground here to symbolize somebody's stability. It's interesting. The Queen of Pentacles is usually holding the pinnacle. So you guys might have let go of something. The Four of Pentacles might be a choice between letting go and hanging on to certain money. Okay, you're budgeting in. Someone here is budgeting in the help that they know someone else is going to need. Like there's a pinnacle being laid at someone's feet. And then we're going to bring these three pentacles into the equation. So this is something I just noticed is in the Four of Pentacles. Whoa. In the Four of Pentacles over here, there's three pentacles on the ground. There's three pentacles. There's a hair in the card. There's those three pentacles are here. So someone here has enough to give to somebody. There may be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or just somebody who's trying to be stable and secure. It might be a mother or a wife or a husband. This has to do with somebody working all together though. Okay. Somebody here, it's very interesting, these three pentacles on the ground. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is all together the Eight of Pentacles. So the Eight of Pentacles has to do with a job. It has to do with working on something, mastering something, trying to perfect something. So this has to do with someone you're collaborating with. Aquarius is so interesting, this energy, these three pentacle cards. You're working on something, but I want to say we do have the Tower at the bottom. So this might involve, you know, this is the whole world is going through this right now. Ever since around March 9th, the last full moon, it's been about a month of this Tower energy, and we're continuing this Tower with this, you know, this virus. So there is an energy here of something unexpected. Okay, it might involve a Scorpio, or this might be unexpected change, transformation. But someone here is really stuck in their head about how to, might be a fire sign important here, Aries, Leo, Sag. There's an ending here to someone being trapped in their mind, but still chaotic, still some kind of change. And this might be involve a job or saving money. Someone here really wants to save money. I'm gonna get you guys another card, but you definitely might be dealing with Taurus, Virgo, Capricorns. I think some of you guys are just trying to be really stable, but I want to get you guys a message that will pertain to your 9th house in some way. Now you guys could be learning a lot about you know, earth energy, money. Now we had the Three of Swords just come out and the Five of Swords, so we got a little bit about relationships here. Aquarius, there may be something that you feel that you've lost. It might be in regards to a separation, a heartbreak, a third party. Now remember how there were three pentacles on the ground in those two cards? Your cards are doing something similar again. You can see that there's three swords in this card, but those same three swords are in this card on the ground. So some of you guys, there's an argument in the past. The Five of Swords in reverse is an argument in the past. To me, conflict when it comes to communicating in the past. So someone you couldn't really talk to, you had a hard time speaking from your heart, speaking from a place of vulnerability because of breakup or third party. But someone here may be heartbroken or feel betrayed. They may feel really sad. And because of that, they're not willing to fight anymore. It's like someone here needs to stop the mind games. This is not going to be for all of you, but it's going to be for someone out there. Someone here needs to literally stop the mind games. This is either for you, Aquarius, or someone else. The bottom of the deck is about money, though. Six of Pentacles, equal give and take. Okay, so regardless of what's going on here, someone's defensive, okay? Someone here wants a new spark. Someone here is going to miss an opportunity at sex or to create something because of a guard. Someone might be blocked here. You missed an opportunity. This card was actually flipped over like this. So someone definitely is not available for a new spark, and it has something to do with like a breakup or something, or equal give and take, giving somebody here you are again, Aquarius, giving somebody money. That coin here it is. Now those three coins are in the hands of children, so there might be something involving that as well, like value. But yeah, there was definitely an argument in the past where someone broke up. Or if you guys keep arguing about shit from the past, there's going to be a breakup. There's going to be, maybe this was deception. I mean, I'm really focused here on those three swords, the three swords in the heart. Somebody has taken the three swords out of their heart, and they're no longer fighting. Like the things that were said to somebody that broke their heart, they're not going to continue with this energy. This is a manipulator, a mind game player. Now this is hella air energy. You pulled all air before you pulled all pentacles. So now we're bringing the forefront to that Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Now Libra is about relationships, you guys. So for those of you Aquariuses out there open to relationship advice, like what's breaking somebody's heart the most in this situation is the lack of communication. I mean, if there's one way to hurt an air sign, it's to really not talk to them. It's to really be an air sign in a situation where you're not able to talk. Like, someone here needs to communicate better. There was an argument and a breakup. There was mental confliction. There was mental tension and pettiness, and someone who always had to win and fight. Yeah, there was definitely, it was the Three of Swords upright and the Five of Swords in reverse. So again, a heartbreak and argument in the past where someone was broken up, or something that in the past that is argued about in present time is going to lead to a breakup. So someone here didn't speak their mind at the time, and now there's a Libra full moon. It's breaking people's hearts. This someone who isn't willing to fight anymore is breaking their heart. This is you or someone you're dealing with, Aquarius, that feels this way about you. So there will be a breakup if someone doesn't decide how to communicate, okay? And to tell me more about that, it's all about the equal give and take. There's many ways to give equally when it comes to emotion, when it comes to time and energy and effort and, you know, money even. So Aquarius, I'm just going to wrap this up and say that if there's anything that I can assure you over the next month, you will be learning, you will be expanding. Yeah, there's definitely something here. Oh, this is the Queen of Pentacles that just wanted to come out. You could be dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or a woman who knows her worth in these arguments. This might be you, Aquarius, but yeah, you're definitely going to be expanding. I don't know if this has anything to do with a Gemini or, you know, something that someone wants from you that you don't really want to give, because we got that Three of Pentacles and that Four of Pentacles. With those Three Pentacles, like, there's a need to work together, okay? You're hanging on to cooperation so things don't fall apart financially. But yeah, Aquarius, you're definitely going to be learning, okay? So definitely you could be a teacher, metaphorically, or the student. This is about being a teacher and a student at the same time, and learning about relationships and balance, learning how to further balance out the relationships you have with other people, Aquarius. And keep in mind, Libra is an air sign, so this trines you. This is harmonious energy. And if anything, you're going to definitely know more about the truth. You're going to be learning more about your own clarity too. So hopefully that helps, Aquarius. Let's move on to Pisces. Hi, fish. Last but not least, what's up, Pisces? So this is going to be a message for the Libra full moon for Pisces. Let's just focus and get a card. Okay, that one has come out. Great. We'll stop here because there's tons going on already. Pisces. So we've got Libra full moon energy here. Now, I just want to start by saying that Libra is a dual sign. So this is one of those times a year where, and Gemini does this as well, where we're really able to articulate both fish. Like, both fish are able to have their own mind. Like, Libra gives each scale to each of our fish. Like, I don't know if you guys know any Libras or if you have any Libra energy in your chart, but it really is a supportive mental energy for Pisces. Now, this is real cool because, oh, I just got my lipstick all over. Oh, well. My nose is running though, guys, because these videos are really long. But this is what's cool, Pisces. Libra is 8 houses away from us on the Zodiac wheel. So the 8th house is where we're having this full moon. This is illuminating an area of our chart that is usually very dark, okay? The 8th house is the house of, I'm even talking quieter. It's the 8th house of secrets. It's the 8th house of sex. Intimacy is a better word to use. It's the 8th house of shared resources, transformation, rebirth, if I haven't already mentioned that. So when a full moon makes its way to somebody's 8th house, it's like there's really a completion. Like, you have died and you have become reborn. Like, yay, Pisces, for undergoing such a strong transformation. Like, wow, when you go through that full moon, it's like there's a completion of death that is taking place. You're really able to move forward through you know, the next full moon. Is interesting. We're going through a full moon in the 8th house now, but then in the next month, in a month, May 8th, the whole world will go through an 8th house full moon with the Scorpio. So we're just getting kind of we're preparing, Pisces. We're getting kind of a heads up with this we're going to start deeply transforming now. And then we'll have a Scorpio full moon that'll even help us more do that. So we're dying in advance, and we'll die a little bit more later too, Pisces. But yeah, this is the 8th house of secrets. I love when full moons are in the 8th house because it's illumination. New moons in the 8th house are a bit different. A lot of dark energy. Very hard to hide right now, Pisces. Even harder for people to hide from you, because the universe is giving us light and clarity and illumination in the house of secrets and the occult, and things like that. Let's go ahead. We already know all that, right? Like, that's all cool and dandy. 8th house energy. We're dying. We're transforming. We're intimate. Yay. There may be sex that is important. But we have the Wheel of Fortune. There's not much more important than this. Now, Pisces, there's a cycle here that is important. This is our ruling planet Jupiter. We could be dealing with a Sagittarius, or Jupiter in our birth charts may be an important, but this is a turning point. I can't say anything more. Like, Wheel of Fortune coming out for a message. It's like this full moon in Libra is really going to change some things for you, Pisces. And I'm not just saying that like, oh, thanks, Braylon. Like, no, this is going to turn some things, light and dark. I see fire signs and water signs assisting you in some way, or water and fire in your own chart. Expressing your emotions could be what that means, quite simply. But I'm looking at those two little fairies. It's like, these are the fate weavers. Okay, you can see that's not a wheel. That little thing. I used to think that this was a wheel, but then I looked at this card one day and I realized that's like a weaver. So this is about weaving your own fate with, and look, that lady's, her eyes are closed, Pisces. So your eyes are closed and you're just letting you're letting otherworldly influences help steer your way. I'm using the wheel metaphor as well, because this does kind of look like a wheel to me, like Captain's wheel turning, like, so this turning point with the Libra full moon, I mean, I'm not surprised. This is a full moon. So we have reached a completion of a cycle when it comes to the things that need to die, Pisces. The things that we need to, I mean, it's very deep energy, this Scorpio energy, this Libra full moon in our Scorpio house of transformation. It's like a withering energy. The Scorpio full moon is like decay, letting everything like that isn't balanced. Like, this is going to kill and transform the things in our life that are not balanced, not fair. Like, this energy comes to save Pisces, because where Pisces are too shy, cute, and coy to really call out something that isn't fair, Libra will come in and help us do that. We're going to know what wasn't fair looking back in a month when there's a Scorpio full moon at everything that changed in turn. Like, this is fate. Fate and karma here. Now, to tell me more about where things are going to be turning, Pisces, we have the Lovers. So I can't forget to mention how important relationships are to, I told all the other signs this. So having a Libra 8th house, Pisces, relationships are very intimate for Pisces, especially Pisces rising, but moon and sun too. Even Pisces Mercury like has a way of thinking intimately about relationships. It's because Libra is our 8th house. So there could definitely be some relationship death, relationship transformation, but there's definitely going to be relationship rebirth. With this Libra full moon, you'll see that even more happen over the next 6 months, and definitely when the full moon in Scorpio happens on May 8th. But yeah, we've got a turning point here and a choice. We got the choice here. We got a divine connection. Two people that are fated to connect over the next month. Gemini energy. Someone here may have Gemini Jupiter, whatever that means. But we've got a King of Cups. This is a woman, so there could be same-sex relationships here. But Pisces, this could either be us embodying the King of Cups or a water sign that we're dealing with, sun, moon, or rising. This is a Scorpio to me. This is us balancing our emotion. Now, we have a lot of anxiety here. There could be a water sign here. You or someone else, Pisces, that is having anxiety. I think it might be you, because we have the Knight of Cups. So someone here has a lot of anxiety about how to approach you with love, Pisces, or you're feeling that way about someone else. It's like, you better calm. Anxious, sure, you can be anxious, but you better master your emotions if you're coming for Pisces too. Like, don't come at us in a chaotic, you know, we really, having an 8th house Libra gives us emotional stability and emotional intelligence. But this is literally the Libra 8th house, because we have anxiety. Pisces, you have anxiety usually all the time about balanced emotions, and that's because Libra's our 8th house. So, you know, there may be sleepless nights about something that you feel. Okay, there could be an Aquarius here. I see a Scorpio as well. There is something you're hanging on to, Pisces, that is falling apart, and it's like there's going to be an absolute death. I'm telling you, I'm just reading these cards down here. We got the Death card. We got the 8 of Swords, which I did not see. Okay, yeah, someone here is really stuck in their head about something that's falling apart. But when I say that you're hanging on to something that's falling apart, it's because we have the Tower and the 4 of Pentacles. But you're keeping faith is the thing. Pisces is hanging on and keeping faith in themselves, in love. But I'm telling you what, you are hanging on to something that's causing you to be stuck in your head, which is probably why you have a little bit of anxiety here about what you truly feel. Some of you guys are you late night drinkers, you know what I mean? Losing sleep. Pay attention to your dreams. Some of the anxiety that you're feeling in your dreams is because you're picking up on other people's emotions. Isn't that a Pisces message? So yeah, and although you have anxiety, you're still balancing your emotions with this Libra full moon, because you know that everything's about to change. Like, there's a lot of luck. that you're going to come into with these decisions and with this specific person. I don't know who this is, Pisces. Could be a Gemini or a Sagittarius. We do have Gemini Sag energy here. But I just think that there's going to be luck and fortune, something that's fated. There's decisions that we're absolutely meant to make. It's like our outcome is already written. We're fated to make a certain decision in our relationships right now, because it's hard. It's hard to have such a balanced karmic house like Libra occupying the 8th house for Pisces, because it's like every decision, everything that is not balanced, it's like so close to death. It's such an intimate place for us. It's so deep. It's like there's a deep balance to consider here. Things may be balanced in other areas, Pisces, but like what Libra really cares about for you is, are things balanced in an intimate way? Are they sexually balanced? Is what you give, Scorpio is all about what you give to others. Is what you give being given back to you? It's only you can answer that, Pisces. It's like, but I tell you what, there's some kind of fated turning points. Okay, this could be someone who's at a distance for you, because the Wheel of Fortune is travel. Someone here, in spite of everything going on, there may be some kind of travel that you guys meet in the physical. I don't know, but Pisces is dying. You're like coming alive. You're being reborn with this full moon in your 8th house. And the next full moon in Scorpio is going to be in your 9th house, where you kind of apply this to all that you've learned and how you can further expand. So I'm really happy to give you this message, Pisces, that there's some kind of fated relationship, maybe with a water sign, another Pisces, a Cancer, a Scorpio, maybe an Aquarius. But this is something that is fated. We have fated love here. This is written in the stars, Pisces. It is absolutely fated for this person to offer you something. You're hanging on to something else, like all, you know, so obvious that you're hanging on to something else that's falling apart. But then we have a second indication of fated love here. So this is fated. This is faith and fate. I don't even know the difference between that, but there is one, apparently, they're saying. So thank you so much, Pisces. Enjoy this transformation and your relationships. Relationships will die. It's kind of a given with this full moon, okay? But just know that relationships that still have life after this cycle are relationships that were pure. All right, so let's get a collective message. Okay, the collective is very important right now, you guys, because we're all going through, you know, similar things as humanity with this lockdown. So give me a collective message that'll apply to everyone. It was almost the 4 of Wands, and I almost seen the 10 of Cups in the Sun. So that is a very happy combination. Looks like there's, yeah, we got the 6 of Wands coming out. So focus on winning, focus on the victory. Focus on, you know, of course, balance and fairness, but yeah, focus on creating. There's a lot of energy here about painting, but very success, and this is where I'm going to end it. This is a turning point. This just came out for the Pisces reading. So there's definitely going to be a victorious turning point that this Libra full moon introduces to all of us, okay? We all have options. This is another one of those reoccurring cards for the Libra full moon, because Libra is all about weighing out the options, the pros and the cons. The Judgment card is here at the bottom of the deck, so there's definitely going to be new feelings that resurrect. We got Cancer showing up in Taurus, because there is going to be some moving forward in Taurus season. This is about committing and focusing, but look at the resurrection of the new emotion for the Libra full moon. We're going to be called, feel very called to the purpose of these emotions. They're going to be unraveling this next month, okay, guys? So this was quite a long video, but it was very well worth it. It's very much a blessing and an honor for me to sit here and talk to you guys. So, you know, break free from the chains. Libra is all about breaking free from karma. Again, we have the Wheel of Fortune, so I can't stress how much things are going to be turning for all of us. That's one thing the Libra full moon is promising, and that's just what happens after things balance out equally. It's like change is bound to happen. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will talk to you again in a couple weeks on the Taurus new moon. Thank you. Bye, guys.